Get out of here. Get out of here now. Ellie Mae! Get going.
What's the matter, Granny?
Your chickens are in my tomato patch again.
Well, I'm sorry, Granny.
Them tomatoes is going to win me a blue ribbon at the county fair. And if I catch your hens pecking at them again, they's going to be swimming in hot gravy.
They'll hear you.
I'm giving them fair warning. Them that eats gets et. Take a look at this beauty, Ellie. They can't grow tomatoes like that in California.
Well, you're doing it.
These are back home tomatoes. Grown with back home seeds. With back home know-how. When the judges at the county fair take a look at these... That's that scarecrow you're setting on, you stupid crow. Scared! See one of yours?
No, ma'am. Can I have him?
You can have him in a pie. And them blasted chickens with him.
Oh, Rip, this is too much. Milburn? Milburn! How long must I endure those salted sharecroppers?
What is it, dear? I'm late.
Granny, aren't you going to the office?
Yes. As a matter of fact, they're taking some pictures of me for an ad campaign. The idea is to project a new, youthful image for the bank. So I thought I would dress accordingly.
Well, the Clampetts are... What is that?
It's just a little hairpiece. I am prematurely gray, you know. How's it look?
Ridiculous. Now go next door and tell...
Margaret, I am supposed to personify youthful, vigorous leadership.
Then personify it by vigorously leading the Clampetts out of Beverly Hills.
Anyone with $50 million is entitled to live in a mansion.
If only they'd live in it, with the doors and windows closed and the curtains drawn. But no, they have to root about outside, dig in the soil. Look at Granny.
She's only trying to grow a prize-winning tomato. Which reminds me, I'm posing with a beautiful model.
What?
Ad campaign, my dear. Business, business.
But what about the Clampetts?
Later, my dear. Duty calls.
He's posing with an ostrich?
Yep. He's going to be the symbol of her whole campaign. Take a look at that ad layout sketch. Don't bury your head in the sand. Look to the future with the Commerce Bank of Beverly Hills.
Well, that's fine, but Mr. Drysdale seems to be under the impression that he's posing with a beautiful model.
No, I tossed it out. It's old hat. Why, this ostrich idea is fresh. It'll give us a whole series of ads. Like, don't stick your neck out. Take a giant step forward. Feather your nest. It'll be terrific.
Miss Hathaway.
Well, I hope the chief thinks so. Chief!
How's this? Projects that youthful image, doesn't it?
Well, it certainly does.
Did Nelson find a model?
Well, yes,
Well,
but...
how does she look? Beautiful figure.
Fantastic legs.
There's an ostrich in my office.
Yeah, she's the model for the new ad campaign.
That's right, Mr. Drysdale. Here's a layout.
Are you out of your mind? I'm not posing with that goofy-looking bird.
Say, you know, it would be a better picture without you. Just a big close-up of the ostrich looking right in the camera. A real attention getter.
You're fired. Now take that thing back to its owner.
Okay. Here you are, Mr. Drysdale. Her name is Miriam.
What's the idea?
You're the owner.
Me?
Make sure that she'd be available for the whole campaign. The bank had a buyer. Take good care of her. It cost you $2,000. Bye. I'll send my bill in the mail.
What am I going to do with an ostrich?
You can give her to the zoo.
Give? I want my money out of this thing.
Well, we can advertise it, but meanwhile, where are we going to keep her?
Miss Hathaway, I've often heard you mention how lonely it is in your apartment. How would you like to have a roommate?
Oh, sure.
Well, think it over. I understand a pet bird can be a lot of company.
Chief, I can't keep an ostrich in my tiny apartment.
Move into a larger one. All right. Have somebody take it up and put it in my garage temporarily. But get those ads going.
Yes, sir. Shall I buy one large ad or a series
Buy nothing. Every supermarket has a free bulletin board. I've got enough money tied up in that feathered freak.
For sale, one ostrich.
That costs $2,500.
25?
Our time is worth something.
$2,500.
Ah! Come back with my hair!
Ravenswood, what a magnificent tomato. Wherever did you find it?
Right at your front door. The greengrocer's truck.
That's exactly what I want.
How would you like it prepared?
Oh, it's not to eat. I hope it will discourage Granny from trying to grow her own.
Miss Drysdale growed this.
Well, she let it slip that her butler and vegetable man done the work. But they growed it out by her front door.
And you can bet your boots she'll take credit for it at the county fair.
Now, we ain't sure that she...
I know that spiteful woman. She'd do anything to beat me. Why, she never cared shucks about growing nothing till she seen me do it.
That's true.
Well, we'll see who wins first prize.
Where you going?
I'm gonna stir me up the doggonedest batch of tomato-growing tonic you ever seen.
Didn't know you had one.
I don't. I'm gonna invent one. And by the time the fair rolls around, my tomatoes will make that thing look like a bloodshot gooseberry.
Granny, that's about all them tomatoes can take right now. Your tonic is puddling up on the ground.
Douse them again.
Well, why not let it soak in overnight and give them some more in the morning?
I'll make another batch in the morning. Them tomatoes are gotta be forced growed.
Well, you can only push nature so far.
Don't you tell me what I can do.
It's coming on for dark.
We'll get lanterns.
Your tonic's commencing to run out.
If we pour on any more, it'll just run over into Miss Drysdale's yard.
All right, we'll start again at sunup.
Oh, Granny.
You be here with your bucket at the crack of dawn. Milbert! Milbert! Wake up!
What?
Someone's trying to break into our garage.
Garage?
Yes, I can hear them pounding on the door.
Oh, that's the ostrich.
Ostrich!
She'll quiet down and go back to bed. See, I told you she'd quiet down.
What's an ostrich doing in our garage?
Waxing the car. Get back to bed.
I want to see how much my tomatoes has grown. You was good size yesterday. You really ought to be a whopper bite. Where'd you go? Chicken tracks. They ate my prized tomatoes. When I get my hands on you, you're gonna be chicken stew. I got you. Now you're gonna kiss me. A growing tonic. Katie, I didn't see no big chicken. I didn't feel no big chicken. I just got up too early. Funny the things you think you see in the dark. 7-foot chicken. Drumsticks like that. Everything looks different in the daylight. Sure did seem real last night, though. Here I was walking along, and all of a sudden there was that 7-foot chicken. Oh, no. I turned a sweet little hen into a monster.
You can only push nature so far.
Well, it ain't my fault. Why didn't you stay out of my tomato patch? That tonic has grown you all out of shape. It's not that you ain't good looking. It's just that you're kind of different. Your middle hasn't caught up with your neck or your drumsticks. I don't want to be around when it does. But now don't you worry. I'm going to invent something to shrink you back to size. But until I do, I got to find some place to hide you. Now you stay right here.
Can't figure out what Granny's doing down there all this time.
I thought you'd have us out there sloshing on tomato tonic at sunup.
Well, she was kind of upset this morning. She went out of here. Boy? Huh? How many bowls you had now?
Just one.
One?
Yes, sir. Filled it 5 times. This is the only bowl.
Here she is.
Oh, hi, Granny. How your tomatoes look?
Did they grow much?
No, they didn't.
Well, we'll go right down and tonic them. Come on, Jethro.
No, wait. That tonic didn't do so good. I got to make up a new batch.
Oh, good. That'll give me time for a couple more helpings.
No, you won't. I want everybody out of my kitchen.
Well, I'll go feed the chicken.
No, I'll do that.
Well, there's plenty of other chores around the place. Come on, young'un.
I just remembered. I need some stuff for my new tonic. Y'all go get it for me.
What do you need?
Pasadena berries.
Pasadena berries?
I never heard of them.
What do they look like?
You'll find out when you get to Pasadena. Go out the front door. It's closer to Pasadena.
What? Well, she's right, young'uns. Come on, let's go.
Now look, High Pockets. I'm going to do everything I can. But you got to stay where I put you. If there's one thing I can't abide, it's a pushy chicken. Now wait right there. Forget it, Earl.
Well, I reckon you young'uns was smart enough to see right through Granny's business about the Pasadena berries.
Sure, Paul.
Heck yeah.
Good.
Want to take along some baskets for the berries or pick them up in Pasadena?
There ain't no such thing.
Well, yes, there is. That's where they hold a rose parade.
Paul's talking about berries.
Oh. We all know that there's something mighty powerful vexing Granny, or she wouldn't have gone to such trouble to get shed of us. Now, the way I got it figured...
Uncle Jed, can't we talk about this on the way to Pasadena?
Boy, we ain't going to Pasadena.
How else are we going to get Pasadena berries?
Jethro, Granny just said that to get us out of the house so we wouldn't find out what's got her jumpy as a grasshopper in a chicken pen. Now, the way I got it figured, it's got something to do with the tomatoes. So let's get around back and take a look.
Before we go to Pasadena?
Yeah.
Want me to get some berry baskets?
No.
Well, where are we going to put them?
How about your hat?
Oh, I ain't wearing no hat.
Well, get one, because a brain like yours ought to be protected.
Thanks, Uncle Jed.
Beg pardon, sir. Miss Hathaway to see you.
Good morning, Chief.
Good morning. Sit down and have some coffee. I'll get some fresh.
I wanted to bring you the good news. We have 2 possible buyers for the ostrich.
Wonderful.
Where is it?
In the garage?
No, I just looked there. The side door's open and the ostrich is gone.
Gone.
I'm afraid so.
Stolen. So that's what I heard last night. Somebody broke in and took my $2,000 bird. Call the police.
Well, now, Chief, maybe it got out and wandered off. Don't you think we should look for it first?
Is it insured?
I'm afraid not.
Well, then we'll look for it. Now, you cover the Benson estate. I'll take the Clampetts and Ravenswood. You search our grounds.
Very good, sir. Beg pardon, sir, but what are we hunting for?
Ostrich!
Wouldn't we have better luck in Africa, sir?
Damn blame pushy chicken. Now look, I'm doing the best I can. I'm working again time trying to come up with a chicken shrinker. Don't look at me like that. I know you got a right to be upset. And I know I hadn't ought to meddle with nature. But give me a chance. Big overgrown pullet. Now look, you ain't helping any by standing there kicking on that. All right. You can come in and watch.
My dog is the ripe ones is all gone.
Well, it wasn't my chickens that got them, honest, Pa.
I know that. They couldn't even reach them high ones.
Well, maybe the crows got them. There was a big one here yesterday.
Yeah, that could be. He brought a bunch of his friends over here and had a tomato party.
Looky here, Uncle Jed. Ain't nothing left hanging on the vine except these little old green rascals.
Get through, you hadn't ought to picked them.
Well, how else was I going to fetch them to you? Unless I ripped up the vines.
What's the matter with you this morning?
Nothing, except I'm awful hungry.
Hungry? You had 5 bowls of flake.
That's just it. I never got to finish breakfast.
How we know what's got Granny all upset?
Yeah, she ain't gonna win no prize with these.
Hey, young'uns, we gotta go down to the store and get Granny the best tomatoes we can find.
Well, she ain't likely to win no prize with store-bought tomatoes neither.
No, but we can make her think she could have won, and sometimes that's just as good.
Hey, Uncle Jed, are we going to go to the store before we go to Pasadena and pick berries?
Yes, sir. Try to get this through your head. We ain't going to Pasadena to pick berries. Now, come on, let's go to the store.
Oh, I see. We're going to buy them ready picked.
Well, I hope this does it. I put all my scientific know-how into this one shrinking pill. And if it don't work, well, we won't talk about that. So, cross your fingers or your feathers or whatever you do and hope for the best, because here we go. You need some water to help you swallow it?
Clampetts! Fanny! Anyone home?
Come on, get it done. You gotta shrink back to chicken size before anybody sees you.
Hello? Where's everybody?
We'll never make it. Come on, I gotta hide you. Move, you big clock.
Anybody here?
Now stay in there and keep quiet. Mr. Drysdale, how nice to see you. You must come again sometime.
Granny, I want to talk to you. Are you alone?
Just me and the chicken. Just as chickens.
Well, I want to know if you've seen my ostrich.
You what?
Ostrich. It cost me $2,000.
Oh, it must be a dandy. You can take me for a ride tomorrow. Keep quiet now!
Granny, I guess you don't know what an ostrich is.
No, and I don't care now. I'm busy.
What was that?
Somebody at the side door.
Oh. Well, I just wanted to see if you've seen a great big bird about so high, with a long neck, black feathers, and long legs.
Have you?
Well, yes, it was in my garage.
You seen it?
Yes.
You're having visions. I gotta answer the door. They got tired of waiting.
Oh, that's terrible. I'll speak to them about it.
Now! I'll tend to it. Now you get out or I won't have no house left. Oh, no. The pill didn't work. You're just as big as ever.
Now, young'uns, we gotta make that her growing tonic turned them little green tomatoes into these since this morning.
Reckon she'll swallow it, Pa?
It's worth a try. She'll always believe if it hadn't been for them crows eating the big uns, she'd have won the first prize sure as shooting.
Hey, look at yonder. What's that?
What's she riding?
Whoa, girl, whoa.
Granny, what in tarnation is going on?
Kid, I might not win no prize for my tomatoes, but wait till them judges take a look at my chickens. Look at that. Beats me how Ellie Mae can make these donuts without using cement. Maybe she does use cement. Hello, Granny speaking. Oh, howdy, Miss Jane. How are you?
Fine, Granny. We've just received a telegram addressed to Ellie Mae Clampett in care of the bank. Shall I send it over?
No. Open it and read it to me. I've been waiting for that.
It's from the Savory Soup Company, and it says, oh, there must be some mistake. It says that Ellie Mae has won a cooking contest.
No, that ain't no mistake. I knowed Ellie would win that contest because I made the soup myself. Well, yeah, I reckon it is cheating a little, but I'm desperate to get this girl a husband, and winning that contest can do it.
Well, I sympathize with you, Granny, but won't Mr. Clampett object?
Of course he will. Getting him to swallow this will take a heap of sugar coating, but... I'll have to call you back, Miss Jane. John Barrymore just walked in.
You see?
No! It ain't John Barrymore. It's Milton Sills. You're too young for Milton. Why, Jed Clampett, you handsome rascal.
Have you gotten into your rheumatism medicine?
Kid, I was only funning. But you are an uncommon handsome man. I often wondered how you stay single. But I reckon it's because Ellie Mae ain't married yet.
Granny, are you fixing to tell me something?
Not while you got that axe in your hand, I ain't. Kid, before I tell you, I want you to promise not to use no bad words on me.
Well, I wouldn't do that.
Well, Ellie Mae has done won first prize in a cooking contest.
How?
That's a bad word. You broke your promise to me.
How could Ellie Mae win first prize in a cooking contest? That girl can't boil water.
She didn't win it for water. She won it for soup.
Soup?
Well, this company was looking for a new soup, and Ellie won it with Snyder's Surprise.
Now, Granny, you're the only one in this family can cook Snyder's Surprise.
Kid, what difference does it make? The winner will be on TV and get her pictures in the paper. And the men will be flocking around this place like crows in a corn husking.
Granny, it ain't honest.
Jed, I knew you'd be unreasonable.
Now, hold on. There's right and there's wrong, and this is wrong. Now, you get on that phone and call that soup company, and I'll tell Ellie Mae she's pulling out of the contest.
No, Jed. Don't do it, I'm warning you. It'll be a terrible shock to her. There's no telling what she might say.
I'm sorry, but Ellie Mae, you are pulling out of the cooking contest.
What cooking contest?
Gee, I warned you there's no telling what she might say.
What y'all talking about?
Never mind, Ellie, you've had a terrible shock. Now run along.
Yes, Granny.
No, stay here, Ellie. I want you to know what your granny's been up to.
Well, what, Granny?
I've been up to trying to get you a husband, that's what.
Oh, what's wrong with that?
Well, never mind, Ellie. Run along like your granny said. I'll straighten this out with her.
Well, I sure hope you're gonna let her get them fellas for me.
Run on now. Now, Granny.
No! There it goes again. That terrible stabbing pain. I ain't long for this world, Jed.
You ain't, huh?
No. And I sure would like to see my granddaughter married before I go to my reward.
Slipping fast, are you?
Yeah. Everything's turning dark.
How long you think you got?
Not long, Jed. Not long.
Then get on the phone and call that soup company.
Jed, don't you want to see your daughter married?
Of course I do.
Well, that sweet innocent child don't know how to trap a husband. I got a heifer.
But it ain't right trapping him with your bait.
Terry is done past the prime marrying age. We're dealing with a middle-aged woman.
I thought she was a sweet, innocent child.
Naturally. You're her father.
You call that soup company.
It's terrible to be an old woman. Nobody loves you. Folks all yell at you.
Stop feeling sorry for yourself.
I'm talking about Ellen. The Savory Soup Company.
This isn't the Savory Soup Company. Granny, is that you?
This is Granny. I just want to tell you that Ellie Mae Clampett can't win that contest because she didn't make Snyder's surprise. I did. Thank you. Goodbye.
What was that? Hello?
Granny, you done the right thing.
I think I did, too.
Granny, a fella just called me and said he was coming over to see me. Said he was from the Savory Soup Company.
Where's your paw?
Out front. Want me to go tell him?
No. I'll handle your paw.
Well, want to go and make some more donuts?
No. Oh, don't do that.
Well, Granny's going to expect something. Well, he just bragged about my cooking to beat the band.
Yeah. Well, we'll wade that creek when we get to it. Now, you go upstairs and take a nice hot lye soap bath and put on that dress I laid out for you whilst I get shed of your paw.
Well, why do you want to do that, Granny? Don't Pa want me to meet fellas and get spoke for and married up and all?
Of course he does, darling. It's just that men don't know how to manage things like this. You just trust your old granny.
I do, Granny.
Sweet thing. Pretty, too. She'd make some man a perfect wife. If she was just 14 again. Will you, Miss Hart? What are you doing here? No, it's Dustin Farr. You fooled me again. It's Jed Clampett. I declare you are getting handsomer every minute.
All right, Granny, what are you up to this time?
Well, I'll be honest with you, Jed. There is something you can do for me, long as you're sitting down here with your gun and your dog.
What's that?
Shoot me some fresh bear meat.
In Beverly Hills?
Oh, no, I think you'd have to range out a little ways. Say to Utah.
How would I get to Utah?
Turn left at Arizona. Come on, Jed. I got my heart set on eating grizzly and gravy.
Well, you better get your heart set on something else.
Well, how about some wild moose jowls?
Moose jowl?
Well, how long has it been since we've had some good wild moose meat?
Granny, I am staying right here.
You can't, Jed. You gotta go.
Why?
Well, for Duke's sake. All that hunting talk you've been doing has got that poor dog stirred to a frenzy.
You don't look stirred to me.
Not from that end, maybe. But this end is raring to go. Down, boy. Down, boy. It's too late, Jed. That high-spirited animal can't be held back. He's got to go hunting or have a fit.
Granny, if it'll get you off our backs, Duke and me'll see can we jump you a few rabbits.
Not cottontails, Jed. Fetch me some jackrabbits. Them big rascals. Mountain jacks. The kind you have to find way back in the high country.
All right, I'll have Jethro fetch the truck. Come on, boy. Come on, Duke, let's go hunting. Some powerful frenzy he's in.
He's just waiting for the truck.
I don't like this, Miss Hathaway. I don't like it at all. Using this bank as a mail drop to fraudulently win a cooking contest. Oh, I'm very angry with you.
Chief, I told you Granny did it. Well, why yell at me?
But you don't think I'm crazy enough to yell at her, do you?
Chief, I'm sure Granny doesn't think she did anything fraudulent. She only...
Well, she did. And that's what this is. Out and out fraud. Granny cooked the soup. Ellie Mae won the... Does any money come with this?
No, just publicity.
Out and out fraud. And I will not let the bank get involved. Granny's got to be told in no uncertain terms to confess the truth, or I'll blow this contest wide open.
Chief, I'm sure you're going to make me tell her. Now, why are you putting your hat on?
Well, someone has to drive the getaway car.
How do you do? Is this a home of Ellie Mae Clampett?
You mean the rich, beautiful, young, unmarried girl that won the cooking contest with Snyder's Soup Prize Soup?
Yes, yes.
No, this ain't her home.
It isn't?
It belongs to her pa. But she lives here. Come in, come in.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Ellie's granny.
Well, I'm Stafford Clark of Savory Soup. This gentleman represents our advertising company.
Roger Dickerback. Dickerback, Breedlove, Burnett, Henderson, Postal Wake, Johnson, Northcross, and Wesson.
By the time they call you for supper, you've done missed it.
That's my company name.
Well, excuse me if I treat you like family, because I'll never remember.
May we meet your granddaughter?
You mean the rich, beautiful, young, unmarried girl that won the contest?
Yes.
Follow me. She's out in the kitchen, as always. Just loves to cook, that young'un.
Say, how do you feel this? Young, wealthy girl loves to cook, spends all of her time in the kitchen. Well, what's the catch?
I'm afraid we'll find out when we see her.
You mean she's got to be a real beetle?
It's a good thing I warned you. She sure is a sight, ain't she?
Roger, let's remember why we're here. Miss Clampett, I want to congratulate you for cooking the best shape soup.
Ellie, this is Mr. Clark.
Well, howdy.
You do.
And this fella's name is Roger. I can't recollect the rest of it.
Dickerback, how do you do?
Howdy.
Tell her your company name.
Dickerback, Breedlove, Burnett, Henderson, Postal Wake, Johnson, Northcross, and Wesson.
How would you like to carve his headstone?
Miss Clampett, I'd like to take this opportunity to tell you that I think that Snyder's Surprise is the most unusual and the most delicious soup I ever tasted.
Well, I like it, too.
Could you tell us, how it's made?
I can't.
Well, what she means is she can't tell you. But if you put her on television, she can show you.
Why, that's an excellent idea.
Well, Granny, I never...
Been on television, I know, honey. But I'll be right there, handing you things, helping you. That's all right with you, ain't it?
Well, I think I would prefer to use our own home economist, Sally Savory. Oh, she can help you.
But Granny's the only one that's ever made Snyder's Surprise.
What?
What she means is it's a family secret. Handed down, word of mouth. Now, could your Miss Savory stand there and hand Ellie a dab of this and a smidgen of that and a touch of something?
Well, I hardly think so.
Well, there you are. She needs me.
You ain't just a woofing, Granny.
What do you think, Roger?
Well, it might have commercial potential. Old family recipe kept secret for generations. Finally revealed to Savory Soup.
And we give it to the world.
Right. Let's take the idea back to the ad agency and brainstorm it.
Good thinking. We'll run it up the flagpole and see who salutes it.
Plug it in, see if it really lights up.
Put it on the train, see if it gets off at Westport.
Now, just a doggone minute. You ain't gonna run our soup up no flagpole or put it on a train.
Just a figure of speech, man.
Well, Now, young lady, it looks to me like you're going to be on television.
Well, first of all, of course, you'll have to sign these releases and authorizations. She is 21.
She ain't no such thing. Why, that sweet child is just barely past 14.
14?
Oh, give or take a year or two.
Oh, well, I'm afraid then these papers will have to be signed by her mother and father.
Well, I ain't got no ma, and my pa ain't here neither. He's done gone to the high country.
Ain't that pitiful, poor child? I'll sign the papers.
He'll be coming back, though.
Who will?
My pa.
Ain't that pitiful? Give me the pen.
He's just out hunting with my cousin Jethro.
Nobody tells me nothing around here.
I think we'd better wait and get Mr. Clampetts' signature.
There he is now. I'll have him sign him and fetch the papers back to you.
Oh, under the circumstances, I think we better witness this signature.
You better come with me, Ellie. That front door's awful hard to open.
Well, Chief, we tried. I guess they're not home. Move over.
Get back there, you coward.
Mr. Drysdale, you're just the fella I'm looking for.
Stop her, Miss Hathaway. Save me.
What are you scared of? Well, I want your little favor.
Oh, well, what is it?
Come out to the kitchen, pretend you're Jed, and sign his name to some papers.
Wait, you want me to impersonate Mr. Clampett and forge his signature?
That's all. Come on.
Now, wait a minute. I can't do that.
You got to. It's the only way I can get Ellie on the television and get her a husband.
I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Are you refusing to do me one little old favor?
Well, yes.
Granny, he could be sent to prison.
No. If he ain't going to do it as a favor, I ain't going to force him. Just go to the kitchen and tell them fellers to forget about it. Ellie and me will commence packing. I promised myself if I didn't get Ellie a husband this time, we were going back home for good.
No, wait.
4 years in Beverly Hills is enough. Yes, quick as fish fry.
But, Grant...
Just get Jed's money bailed. We'll be leaving first thing in the morning.
Spot. Go to prison for forgery or give up $60 million.
I'm sorry, Chief. I wish there was some way I could help. Chief, don't look at me like that. No, Chief, wait.
Relax. Your job will be waiting for you when you get out. Well, gentlemen, I find these papers in order. I'm certain that I can persuade Mr. Clampett to sign them.
That's wonderful, Mr. Drysdale.
Oh, glad to do it, glad to do it. J.D. Clampett has a lot of money in my bank, and I feel sure that it's going to make him feel good to know that he's doing business with fellow depositors.
But, Mr. Drysdale, I don't believe my company has an account with your bank.
Neither is my ad agency.
Really?
Oh, my, that does present a problem. Oh, yes, very clannish, these hill people. They like to feel that there's a sort of bond, you know. Well, it's too bad. It could have been a great campaign.
Well, now, wait. Maybe I get my company to open a small commercial account if I put on the pressure.
Me too. Gentlemen, you're using a word I don't like.
Pressure?
No, small.
How's medium?
Try again.
Substantial?
Keep going.
Large?
You've just made Mr. Clampett a very happy man. Come in, J.D. We're waiting for your signature, Mr. Clampett. It's all right, they're fellow depositors. A very bashful man, excuse me. So, if you got your hair cut, you could hear better. This is Mr. Clark and Mr. Dickerback.
Well, I'm happy to meet you, Mr. Clampett.
Hold it. Mr. Clampett, you've got to stop taking these long hunting trips. Why, you're down to skin and bone.
Mr. Clampett, I'm sure you're going to be very happy to know that both my own soup company and Mr. Dickerback's ad agency are opening substantial accounts at Mr. Drysdale's bank.
What kind?
Large.
Right. Sign here, J.D.
Not until you promise to give that there
fine, upstanding, efficient, hard-working secretary of yours a raise.
What?
And I think it's high time she was getting in on that there pension and profit-sharing plan, too.
I'll take it up with her later. You can count on that.
You got to have your promise now, in front of these here witnesses.
Okay, I promise. A substantial raise.
What kind?
Large.
Large raise, pension, and profit-sharing.
And I'll throw in hospitalization. She's going to need it.
Well, gee whiz, Granny, do we have to go back home?
You want a husband, don't you?
Well, sure, but...
Well, you ain't gonna get one out here. We've been yelling suey for 4 years. Ain't got a hog to the trough yet.
Granny, you won't have to leave. Everything is all set.
Mr. Clampett just signed the papers.
Ellie Mae's going to be the savory soup girl.
We'll be back in a couple of hours for a taping session.
Be back for a what?
Oh, just a technical expression. It means they're going to put Ellie on television.
I'll have me some gentleman callers then, won't I, Granny?
You betcha, honey. And be sure and smile a lot. Show 'em your teeth don't need fixing.
Raise is $10 a week. Make that 15. 15! All right, let's say 12 and a half. Aye.
Oh, don't let this gun scare you. I just been out jumping a few jacks. You from back home? Kinfolk? Must be from Granny's side of the family. I figure you got her framed. You sure ain't got her mouth.
Now, don't you worry, child. I'm going to see that everything...
Oh, Paul, thank you for signing them papers.
Oh, Jed, you did sign the papers. I thought that maybe Mr. Drysdale. Who's that goomer?
Your kin?
I ain't never seen him before.
And now, young lady, I'm going to Mexico. Goodbye, everybody.
I am not going to face this alone.
Miss Hathaway, what is the meaning of this masquerade?
Oh, come now.
Doggies it is, Miss Jean.
Miss Hathaway, I demand a full explanation of your behavior. Have it on my desk when I return from Mexico. Drysdale?
Yes? Seems to me that there's more than one fox here with feathers on his mouth. Supposing we all sit down at the table and give all the chickens a chance to cackle.
All right, Granny, can we see you at the kettle, please? That's it, right there. That's good. All right, let's get a balance of the sound. Would you say something, Granny?
Am I on the television yet?
Not yet. Another minute or so.
Granny, while we got a minute, I just want to tell you how I'm proud of the way you're taking this.
Right is right, Jed.
But it sure wouldn't have been right to have Ellie make the soup on the TV.
Oh, I agree, Jed.
Don't worry, Ellie, get herself a husband.
Of course she will.
And we'll have the pleasure of knowing that she got him without no trick.
You're so right, Jed.
Oh, Mr. Clampett, would you step out of the picture, please? We're just about ready.
Well, you betcha. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
All right, Granny. Are you ready?
Howdy, all you folks out there in television land. I'm fixing to show you how I make Snyder's surprise soup. It's named after Snyder Swamp back home, 'cause it's made from all the critters who live there. First, you just start with a good, rich gator stock. I reckon some of you city folks calls it alligator. But back home, we don't use the Ellie.
Did you call me, Granny?
Bless my soul. If it ain't my rich, beautiful, young, unmarried granddaughter, Ellie Mae Clampetts.
Yes, ma'am?
Look at that smile. Ain't a tooth in her head needs fixing.
I might have known.
I reckon she's gonna have a swim in the cement pond just to cool off from all that work in the kitchen. Just loves to cook, that girl. Where are you, Jed? Come running. I got something to show you, Jed.
What is it, Granny?
You're the head of the Clampett clan. When you see what's coming down them stairs, your heart is going to swell up and burst with pride.
Well, let's take a look.
Here's me, 60 years ago, head to toe. Let out a little in between. What took you so long, girl?
Well, I thought I'd never get them rascals buttoned up.
I lost my button hook. Well, Jed, don't she just fair take your breath away?
She does for a fact, Granny. But, is women still wearing them kind of clothes today?
No. And that's why so many ain't getting married.
What you mean?
Women's clothes today don't leave nothing for men to wonder about. You take them women down to the victual store. Them women come in there wearing little shorts and something they call stretch pants. They all look like a 4-pound sausage stuffed into a 2-pound skin.
Out in the middle store, huh?
Oh, it's shameful. Why, them women show more than a sideshow wiggle dancer at a county fair. Ain't you been down there? Ain't you seen them?
No, but you sure put me in the mood to go.
Nothing to fun about, Jed. You want your daughter to have a happy marriage, don't you?
Oh, of course I do, but...
Ellie, come here.
Howdy, everybody. Hey, Ellie, you're...
What's so funny?
You! What's that thing you got on your head?
That's an expensive hat. Special made. Cost my paw 2 pigs and a chicken.
If you ask me, it'd look better to wear the 2 pigs and the chicken.
I reckon nobody asked you, Jethro.
Well, all right, but her fella's coming up the driveway now, so she better hurry and get into some courting clothes.
She's wearing courting clothes.
Damn?
There he is. I'll go let him in.
No, Ellie. It ain't proper for a young girl to be ready when her beau comes to the front door. We'll wait in here. Your paw will let him in.
I sure hope I can remember his names.
He sure does have a bunch of them.
Hello, Mr. Clampett.
Howdy there, young fella. Jethro, you remember Mr. CPA Rodfern Fred Penfern Pot?
Penrod.
I always forget that one.
That's my name, simply Penrod.
Well, simply, this here is Jethro.
Good to see you again, Simply.
Fred.
No, that's Jethro. I'm Jed.
I'm Fred.
Now you getting it. I don't blame you for getting mixed up with other folks' names. You got enough to do to remember your own. You must have 8 or 10.
Howdy, Mr. Redfern. You're in for a surprise.
Ellie?
No, simply, this here's Granny.
Simply.
But he wants us to call him Simply Penrod.
Praise be. I never could remember all them other names.
Hi there, Fred.
Ellie. What are you, a Gibson girl?
Shucks, no, I'm a Clampett.
Give the boy credit, Ellie. He remembered your first name. That's better than he did with any of the rest of it.
I mean, what are you doing in this strange costume?
Funny looking, ain't it, Sim?
yes, it is.
You think that's funny, do you? Walk for him, Ellie.
You're right, that's really funny.
Why, you silly pig
Now,
squeak, you don't
Simply
know...
and Ellie, I reckon it's time for you to get going. Come on.
Maybe we ought to stay here, Ellie Mae. All I've got's my motor scooter.
You said you'd ice pop our car.
Oh.
There it is, Simply. It's all yours.
Is this your car, Mr. Clampett?
Well, strictly speaking, it belongs to my cousin Pearl, but I can keep it as long as I keep her boy Jethro.
I'm afraid I don't know how to drive this.
Jethro!
So maybe we'd just better stay here instead of going out to dinner.
Oh, fine with me. Granny's cooking up hog jowl.
Maybe we can both get on the scooter.
Oh, no need to do that, young'uns. Jethro will drive you any place you want to go.
Sure I will.
Come on, Fred.
Up there?
Yeah, come on, little fella.
He laughs anymore at your courting dress. Make him walk home. Ed, I think we're making a mistake, letting that city whippersnapper court Ellie.
Well, now, Mr. Drysdale seems to set great store by young Fernpot. Simply. Says he's going to move right up the ladder.
Ladder? What's he do down the bank? Wash windage?
I understand it. He's got something to do with bookkeeping.
Let's keep him on a high shelf if he has to climb for him. I say that we ought to take Ellie home and get her married to a hillman. She's a filly with a high spirit, and she needs a strong hand at the rein.
Well, Lafe Crick's mighty anxious for his boy Dub to get hitched to Ellie. He's strong.
I said a hillman. gully jumping mud crawler.
All right, Brady.
Well, boy, now you're going to commence a courting that sweet, beautiful, rich Ellie Mae. Wake up, boy.
I'm awake.
Then open your eyes.
What for?
'Cause we's there.
We's where?
At Jed Clampetts' house, doggone it. Now open your eyes and have a look.
What for? I believe you.
Now, boy, when they open the door, you let your pa do all the talking, you hear? Selling the Clampetts on letting you marry into their family is going to be harder than sneaking daylight past the rooster. Wake up, boy. I'm talking on you.
I'm awake, Paul.
Then look at me.
What for? I know what you look like.
Oh, there now. I got that nasty old bee that stung you on the head. Why, Jed Clampett, I didn't see you standing there. You know my boy, Doug.
Yeah, I do. Howdy, Doug.
Boy, Mr. Clampett done said howdy on you. Now, why don't you answer him?
Because you said when they open the door to let you do all the talking.
I thought I see another bee.
Your head smart, boy?
Answer the man.
Only when Paul hits me.
Another one to buzzing by.
Y'all better come in out of the bees.
Well, thank you, Jed. Thank you.
Got the sack.
Oh, why, this here's just a little present the Dub brought out for Ellie Mae. A nice batch of black walnuts, the kind you can't grow out here.
Oh, that's mighty nice, you Dub. Where'd you get them?
Answer the man.
I stole them.
Well, what he means is they hadn't fallen off in the tree yet, and he had to pick them. Now, to a nature lover like my Dub, that's the same as stealing them baby walnuts from their mother. Oh, sweet he is.
Yeah, I reckon that's why the bees took out after him.
Yeah. Jed, we just plumb tuck it out from toting these here walnuts all the way out here to Ellie. Now, couldn't we just spend the night in your barn? We'd curl up in the hay. We wouldn't be no trouble to nobody.
Lafe, we ain't got a barn. There's plenty of bedrooms upstairs. As long as you keep quiet and don't rile up Granny, you're welcome to use them.
Did you hear that, boy? Didn't I tell you Jed was like that? Didn't I tell you he was the salt of the earth, had a lot of heart? Ooh-wee. This is right out of a castle, that's what it is. What do you think of this, Dub? It takes your breath away, don't it? Come on, boy, speak up. Tell Mr. Clampett what you think of this beautiful room he's giving us.
Roof leaks, huh?
Don't think so, Dub.
Of course it don't leak. What do you want to say a Dub thing like that for?
Because there's a tent over the bed. You're going to ruin my hat.
Appreciate it if you two be as quiet as you can. I don't want Granny to know you're here. Leastwise, not just yet. I'll break it to her gently in the morning.
Oh, we understand, Jed.
I don't.
Must be them bee stings, Jed. He'll be all right as soon as he rests and has some victuals.
I'll bring up some grits and jowls directly.
You're a good man, Jed. I says to Morty before we left, I says, dry your eyes, Morty. I says, Jed Clampett's a good man. He'll treat me and Dub just like we was his own. He'll board us and bed us. Salt of the earth, Jed is.
Lafe, you hadn't ought to waste all that. Out here in Beverly Hills, you can sack it and sell it.
Now, you get yourself cleaned up and you get into them store-bought and city-made courting clothes of yours and you ask Ellie Mae to marry you. You got to make that girl your finance before Granny runs us off.
I think you mean fiancé.
You mean fiancé. I mean finance.
Hey, Uncle Jed, I just seen old Lafe Crick's car out front. Is he here?
I don't want Granny to know they's here.
They?
Bring his boy with him.
Dub? Is old Dub Crick here? Hey, Dub!
Boy, I just told you I don't want Granny to know they's here. Now, come on, let's get the car out of sight before she sees it. Where's Ellie Mae and Simply?
Oh, they're out riding. I learned him how to drive the truck.
All right, now, take Lafe's car, Put it over behind them bushes yonder.
Ain't got no key in it. I'll just let off the brake and push it.
Need any help?
Shucks, no.
Remember now, keep this whole thing quiet.
Okay.
Not so fast, Jethro. You're headed for the hill. Look out. Catch it, Jethro.
Got away from me, Uncle Jed.
Yeah, I see it there. There she goes. Looks like Lafe and his boy is going to be with us longer than I figured.
Come in, Mr. Drysdale.
Granny, did you hear that loud noise?
Yeah. Don't let it worry you. It's my grits exploding.
Grits explode?
Heck, they do it every time I pressure cook them. You care to stay for victuals? We're having some blowed up grits and some deep-fried hog jowls.
No, thank you, Granny.
And a nice green salad. Wilted crabgrass.
No, thank you.
Tadpole soup and some candied crawdad tails.
No, really. As a matter of fact, Miss Hathaway is having dinner at our house, and I was hoping that Ellie Mae and young Fernpile could join us. Oh, he's a young CPA at my bank.
Oh, you mean Simply?
Who?
You're the window washer.
Greetings, Granny. I'm sorry, Chief, but Mrs. Drysdale wants you to come at once. She's ready to serve the shrimp.
Looks like Simply come while you were gone.
What?
You better not keep your wife waiting.
Au revoir, Granny.
Same to you, whatever it is.
Doing the work of two men, as usual.
Human dynamo.
Why, it's beautiful Miss Jane and handsome young banker Drysdale. You know, for a minute there, I thought I was seeing Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire.
By George, Crick, you're too good for this kind of back-breaking work. Now, won't you reconsider taking a job in my bank?
You mean a white-collar job?
Yes.
Well, sir, it's too late for me to change the hard-working habits of a lifetime. All I can hope for is that my boy has it better.
You have a son?
Well, you wouldn't know he was my son, ma'am. My boy Dub has a head on his shoulders.
Smart lad, eh?
Mr. Drysdale, smart just ain't the word for that boy.
Mr. Crick's son sounds like a natural for our executive trainee program.
Just what I was thinking. Mr. Crick, can your boy fly out here and talk to me about a job?
Fly? Why, Mr. Drysdale, just for the honor of shaking your hand, that boy would crawl out here on his hands and knees.
Just have him fly out.
I can't, Mr. Drysdale. I'm a poor man. All I got are the rags on my back.
Oh, of course. How thoughtless of me. Here.
Sir, I couldn't take money from you. I'll have him walk out.
Walk? It's over 2,000 miles. It would take him weeks.
Well, he can run some of the way.
Nonsense. Here. If he flies, he'll be here in a few hours.
Oh, sir, all this money.
It's worth every penny to have Lafe Crick's son in my bank.
Chip off the old block, I'll wager.
Oh, yes, ma'am. That boy is a born crook. I mean, crick. Bless you. Bless you both. I'll run telegraph him.
Howdy do. I pressure cook 16 pounds of grits, 30 sets of hog jowls. Nobody shows up to eat. Grits and jowls, come and get them or I'll throw them out. If there's anybody upstairs, Biggles is ready.
Don't throw them out. I'm coming.
There's a creak in the house. Where's my shotgun?
Oops, I forgot.
Jed, come a-running. Fetch my shotgun.
What is the matter, Granny? You're yelling like you seen the devil himself.
I seen worse. A crick. Dumb crick.
Too bad, Uncle Jed, after we tried so hard.
Ow, my toe! It's going to rain. Why don't you go out in the kitchen and have some victuals?
Just because it's going to rain ain't no cause to stomp a fellow's toe.
Now then, Granny, just where did you see this, crick, was it?
Yes, it was it? Dumb crick in his underwear. He came flying down them stairs, and when I yelled at him, he went flying back up.
Kind of like when you seen that giant jackrabbit nobody else could see, huh?
That jackrabbit was here, and Dove Creek is here, and probably is no good Paul along with him.
Well, then, their car ought to be sitting out front, huh?
Yeah. Let's go set fire to it.
Well, Granny, was it there?
No.
Yeah, come on now. Let's go have some victuals and we'll all feel better. Giant jackrabbit?
No, Lafe Creek, he's here.
Maybe you've been working too hard.
I tell you, I've seen him.
Where are you going, Granny?
I'm going to search this house top to bottom till I find that overgrown varmint.
What would a jackrabbit be doing upstairs?
I ain't looking for a jackrabbit.
Howdy, Paul, Granny.
Well, look who's here. You young folks home kind of early, ain't you?
Well, we had to come home. There are no lights on that truck.
What you want to do, read?
Did you see anything of Lafe Creek's car out front?
No, ma'am.
Did you see anything of Lafe?
No, ma'am.
How about his boy, Dub?
No, ma'am.
I don't suppose you saw anything of a giant jackrabbit.
You women folks is through whispering. I think you ought to invite this young fellow to stay for supper. How about it, Simply?
Fred.
No, I'm Jeff.
Mr. Clampett, my name is Fred Penrod, period.
He's come up with another one.
Well, let's go sit at the table before my tadpole soup gets cold.
Oh, I just remembered. I've got to work on the books tonight. Sorry, everybody.
I'll be seeing you, Fred.
Manana, Ellie.
Manana?
I wish that boy would pick out one favorite name and stick to it.
Granny, can I take off my court and dress now?
Sure, honey. I'll keep the soup hot.
Won't take me long.
Hurry up, boy. Ellie Mae's come home. Ain't you in them high-class big city court clothes yet?
Almost, Paul. And they is really something. You can't even tell they second hand.
Well, come on out here. Let me have a look. I've never seen nothing like that before. Are you sure them's real big city clothes?
Yes, sir. Luke Short over at the general store in Sibley bought these off a fella that worked at the racetrack in Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Cities just don't come no bigger than Hot Springs.
That's the truth. You know what this outfit's worth, including the watch and the yaller shoes?
How much?
$15.
$50? That's what I call robbery.
Yeah, I knowed you'd be proud. It's the most I ever stole.
Now, that is. Commencing tomorrow, you're going to be working at Mr. Drysdale's bank.
Now, by dingies, we'll find out if I'm seeing spooks or cricks. I never knew a crick yet to pass up free grits and jowls.
Tell when Granny pressure cooks the grits. Tenders them up real nice.
Dad! Dad! Come help me, I caught him!
Caught who, Granny?
Just pull on this rope. You'll see. Well, does that look like a vision?
Oh, it looks like Jethro.
Well, it's worth your life to try to get seconds around here.
Sorry, Jethro. I thought it was one of the cricks.
Yonder she is, boy. Get to courting.
Which one?
I think your best chance is with the little one.
There are the crooks.
Oh, no. I ain't biting on the same visions twice in one day. Gypsies. Dad, quick! Gypsies! Hide the young'uns! Dad!
What's the matter, Granny? What's all the yelling about?
Gypsies! Right outside. They've come to steal Jethro.
Jethro?
They always steal boy babies.
Granny, that's a 230-pound baby you're talking about.
I can do it. They got a big wagon.
What's all the hollering?
Jethro, quick. Get upstairs and hide under the bed.
What for?
So the gypsies won't steal you.
Gypsies?
Oh, you're my only baby boy, and I love you.
Hey, Uncle Jed, what is she talking about?
Get upstairs, you 230-pound numbskull. Don't open it then. Just shoot them through the door.
Shoot him?
Maybe they'll take the hint and go away.
I ain't turning nobody away from my door without I know what they want.
I told you what they want. Besides, they'll steal all our pigs and our chickens.
There ain't a pig or a chicken on this place.
They done cleaned us out.
For some reason, you always been scared of gypsies. Now, you go hide under the bed, and I'll talk to them.
Please, Dad. If we don't let them take Jethro, they'll put a curse on us.
Yeah, if they do take Jethro, there'll be a curse on them. The whole tribe of gypsies couldn't steal fast enough to feed that boy. Howdy, ma'am.
Greetings. I am Narda, queen of gypsies.
We ain't got no boy babies.
This is my son, Yerko.
Howdy.
Where did you steal him?
That'll do now. What can I do for you, ma'am?
For a small sum of $1, I tell your fortune. Reveal the future.
Oh, no thanks.
50 cents?
What ain't the money? You can have that.
You don't want to see the future?
Well, I believe I'd rather be surprised like everybody else. Here's your dollar, though.
Don't give it to her, Jed. She's a faker. She can't tell nobody's fortune.
If lady let me see her palm, I reveal her future.
No, no. You want to steal my rings.
You ain't wearing no ring.
Please?
How many fingers I got, Jed?
5?
You see that I get 5 back.
Nice looking team of horses. Thank you.
Where'd you steal them?
Really, hush that kind of talk.
You can't tell me nothing about myself. You don't even know who I am.
I see flower, flower of meadow, white petals and golden heart. Daisy. Does this mean anything to you?
Not a thing. Not a thing.
Why, Granny, that's your name. Daisy.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
Can you tell Granny where she was born?
I see a 10 and a C. Does this mean anything to you?
Not a thing. I knowed you was a faker.
He was born in Tennessee.
Stop telling her everything. What else do you see?
I see you leaving hills. I see old truck. On truck, I see old bench. On bench, I see young girl and old dog.
Who you calling old dog?
Granny, I think she means Duke.
Oh, that's all in the past. How about the future?
Yes, now for the future. I see...
What do you see?
Nothing. Narda can tell no more.
Why? What's the matter?
Don't ask. Come, Yerko.
But you got $1 to tell me the future.
Here, take it back. Quickly, Yerko. We must leave before it happens.
Before what happens? Tell me. I'll give you $5.
No.
Well, how about a baby boy? A big rascal, 230 pounders. What do you say to that?
I say only this. Heed the gypsy's warning. Leave this place before it is too late. Come here.
Did you hear what she said?
Yeah, I sure am glad you're too smart to believe in that nonsense.
Who does she think she's trying to scare? Faker! more than an old gypsy woman to scare me away.
That's the spirit.
We staying right here.
You betcha.
She ain't got no powers. Just 'cause she told me my name and where I was born and how we left the hills and came out here on the truck and me sitting up on the bench. Jethro! Get out from under that bed and commence packing! Ellie Mae! Start loading the truck! We're getting out of here! This place is doomed!
20, 30, 40. Now, you sure they'll leave? I depend on it.
Oh, I'm so happy. For 5 years, I've been trying to rid the neighborhood of that blight. Now, at last, my dream has come true.
The money, please.
Oh, yes. Where was I?
20.
30, 40, 50, 60. What if they decide not to move?
You have but to call on us at tea room. Yerko and I will pay them another visit.
Of course, that will cost you another $100.
Oh, well, I hope that won't be necessary. Let's see, where was I?
40.
50, 60. That's funny. I thought I had 100.
Rich lady must not try to cheat poor gypsies.
Oh, I wouldn't. My goodness, I'd pay any price to get rid of those dreadful hillbillies. Now, where was I?
50.
70, 90, 100. There you are.
Blessings of gypsies upon you.
Thank you. Oh, by the way, not a word of this to my husband. He panics at the thought of losing that $60 million. Well, toodaloo, or zigeuner, or whatever you gypsies say.
Gypsies say, what 60 million?
The Clampetts have $60 million in my husband's bank.
This you not tell poor gypsies?
Well, what difference could it make?
Very rich people require very special curse.
Here. I suppose that costs extra. Is a curse deductible?
This curse is complimentary to build goodwill.
How wonderful. Well, happy hexing.
Mother, she must have had another $40.
Granny must have 15 million.
Yes, but how do we get it?
Very simple, my son. I will read her palm again. I will see a dark, handsome man. He will marry her.
Marry Granny? A dark, handsome man?
So you're not handsome.
Me? No, wait a minute, Mother, listen. Mother, please.
I'm sorry, Chief, but Granny just called with an impossible request, and I thought I'd
Miss Hathaway, when a woman has $15 million in my bank, no request is impossible.
But she wants to take the $15 million out of your bank.
Impossible.
I thought you'd feel that way. She'd like it in gunny sacks out in front so she can pick it up on her way back to the hills.
Again, she's going home. Oh, what is it this time?
Well, it seems a couple of gypsies told her there was a curse on the mansion.
Oh, only a nut would believe gypsies.
Your wife believed them?
I just said that. Well, what two gypsies can do, two more gypsies can undo.
Oh, Chief, where are you going to find two more gypsies in Beverly Hills?
Let's go, Natasha.
Back upstairs for another load, young'uns. We gotta get out of this house before something happens.
Well, what is it that's gonna happen, Granny?
Don't ask, child.
Well, why not?
'Cause I don't know.
Granny, I told you we ain't gonna let them gypsies scare us out of our house.
But, Jed, she called every turn.
She might have heard it coming through Bug Tussle. Now, you young'uns, put all that stuff back upstairs.
Jed, she's seen doom right here in my hand. And I can see it now, too. Look, cuts right across my heart line.
You done that cleaning catfish with a dull knife.
Is this house doomed or ain't it? Because I ain't gonna do no more toting.
There's doom at the door. Run outside, young'uns, and save yourself. No, not that way. You're liable to hit it head on.
Granny, stop spooking the boy. He's liable to run right through a wall. Well, it's the gypsy lady again.
She come back for my baby.
You got a baby, Granny?
Hush up and duck.
I have good news. There is no curse on this house. Gypsy make mistake reading palm.
Oh, don't blame yourself, ma'am. Granny's got a catfish scar.
If you will let me see your hand again.
Roger, now! Get away from me, Gypsy. You're in league with the devil. Forces of evil. Don't you touch me, Jed! Get a gun and shoot her!
This heartline. I see love, romance. I see dark, handsome stranger coming into your life.
You do? Who is he? Where's he from and when's he coming?
Before I can tell you more, I must consult cards, read tea leaves, brew special potion. Could my son and I make camp here overnight?
Why, sure. Can't they, Jed?
Well, Granny, I thought you was scared of gypsies.
Whatever give you that notion? Why, some of my best friends are gypsies. Like my friend Narda here. She's a queen.
Oh, we'd be pleasure to have you, ma'am, but no call for you to camp out. We got plenty of spare bedroom.
Oh, thank you.
Jed, gypsies is outdoor people. To put a gypsy in a house is like putting a bird in a cage.
Well, we would not mind.
Oh, now you're just trying to be nice. We're not going to force our ways on you.
Well, Granny, it gets pretty cold out there nights.
But, Jed, that's what gypsies like, to sleep on the frost-bit ground. Why, to put a gypsy in a warm bed, why, they's miserable. He means well. He just don't know your ways like I do.
Well, just this once we could sleep in...
Now, Narda, I know that you draw a heap of power from sleeping out under the moon. And I want you at your peak when you conjure up my dark, handsome fella. Now, you take your wagon and go out by the cement pond and camp there. I'll see you later.
Granny, it's going to get pretty nippy out there tonight.
Jed, you don't know these people like I do. A frostbit gypsy is a happy gypsy.
Drive around back and make camp for the night.
Make camp? There must be at least a dozen bedrooms in this mansion.
We are outdoor people.
Not me. I'm a Durham gypsy.
Do as I say and you will be a rich gypsy.
But I don't want to marry Granny. And maybe she won't want to marry me.
Oh, she will, my son. You will serenade her. Your gypsy violin will cry.
If you think it's gonna cry, wait till you hear me.
Has my dark, handsome stranger come yet, Jed?
Not yet.
Well, I'm ready for him. Skillet, skillet in my hand. Who's the fairest in the land? You little doll.
Granny, I hope you ain't setting too much store by what that gypsy told you. Dark, handsome men don't grow on bushes.
Jed, I know my gypsies, why they got powers that even you and me can't understand. If Narda says a man is coming, he's a-coming.
I hope so.
Why, she'll throw a spell on him that, well, he can't even help himself.
I have brewed magic tea. Come drink.
Hot diggity-dog. There. Now, where's my fella?
I find him in tea leaves.
You should have told me. I swallowed half of him.
It's all right. I see him.
What does he look like?
Very dark, very handsome, has mustache. He comes on wings of song. Any moment now.
Stop that racket. I can't hear what the gypsy's saying. Oh, it's you, Jerko.
Jerko.
Sorry I yelled at you. Go ahead and play. I like fiddle music.
Very good for romance.
Nothing better. How's that for service, Jed? She's not only conjuring me up a fella, but she furnished a fiddle player to put him in the mood when he gets here.
Uh-huh.
You done your part, Narda. Now it's up to me and Yurko.
The gypsy's blessing upon you. And on you, my son.
Is that the only tune you know how to play?
Oh, no. Anything you want.
Well, how about something popular like 10-cent cotton, 40-cent meat?
I don't believe I know that one.
How about the letter edged in black? That's pretty on the fiddle. Or the coffin in the baggage coach you had?
Well, they ain't exactly courting tunes, Jed. There he is. How do I look, Jed?
Fine, Granny. You want me to go let him in?
No, I'll go. You stay here and try and learn that goomer some courting music.
You know the Crawdad song?
I don't think so.
Well, you'll catch on in a hurry. It goes like this. You get a line and I'll get a pole, honey. You get a line and I'll get a pole, babe. You get a line and I'll get a pole. We'll go down to the Crawdad hole. Honey, baby, mine. Now you get it?
Are you sure gypsy men wear earrings? I feel like a darn fool.
You look fine, Chief. Very handsome.
I'm coming, lover. Ooh, dark and handsome with a mustache. Maybe it's Dustin Farnham or Bull Montana. It's a gypsy.
Yes, I am Zarko, king of gypsies.
I'm sorry. Spell or no spell, I can't marry you.
What?
I'm too old for an outdoor honeymoon. A frostbitten granny is a miserable granny. Now, you stay in here. I'll go get Narda to take the curse off you, Zarko.
But we only want to tell you there is no gypsy curse on this house.
The heck there ain't. The place is crawling with gypsies.
Yeah, there are others.
Others? You can't swing a cat without hitting a gypsy.
Wait, I'll go with you.
No. You stay here. The less you see of me, the easier it's going to be for you to get over that mad passion for me.
Come on, let's find those gypsies and expose them.
Oh, don't forget, Chief. Those gypsies can expose us.
Oh, there you are. Listen to this. You get the line and I get the pole, Ochichornia. You get the line and I get the pole, Ochistrasnia.
Yeah, that's fine, that's fine.
Will you marry me?
Marry you? I just turned down your king.
Jet, the gypsy woman just looked into my future.
Mine, too.
Yeah, I'm gonna meet a dark, handsome stranger.
Me, too.
Come on, Ellie.
Hold on, youngins. Let's see how Granny made out first. Well, Granny, your fella show up?
Yeah, in fact, there's two fellas wanting to marry me.
Well, looks like Narda delivers the goods.
Yeah, she's long on volume, but a mite short on variety.
What you mean?
They's both gypsies, and here's that's all she can conjure.
You hear that, youngin?
I don't care. Gypsy gals is pretty.
And Gypsy fellas is handsome.
Come on, Ellie.
Gypsy living is all right for young'uns, but not for me. Betwixt the froze ground and them stole, squalling babies, I never would get any sleep.
Yerko, my son, where are you going?
Back to the tea room. These people are Meshuggah.
$60 million, they can be Meshuggah.
But I proposed to Granny, and she turned me down.
There are 3 others in the family. Between us, we will unload a dark, handsome stranger on one of them. Who are you?
I am Zarko.
I am daughter of Zarko. I am Yerko.
I am mother of Yerko.
I am Jethro.
I am cousin of Jethro.
Hey, you must be that gypsy gal I was supposed to meet.
But of course.
And you must be my gypsy fella.
What else?
Hey, come on, let's get acquainted.
What tribe you from, Gypsy?
What tribe you from?
I am Queen of Zagrax.
I am king of Greenbacks.
You tell fortune?
Yes, and I see jail in your future. Now hit the Romney Trail before I call the bunco squad.
Wait, don't spoil good thing. There's plenty here for all gypsies. Very rich hillbillies.
Those are my very rich hillbillies.
What
What is the meaning of this? I paid you gypsies $100 to frighten the Clampetts back to the hills.
You did?
You know very well I did. Please don't take offense, but you bear a striking resemblance to my husband.
Striking is exactly the right word. Oh, wait till I get you home. Now hand over that $100.
Stay away. I put curse on you.
I'm married to her, and you're gonna put a curse on me? Put it there.
I see money in your hand.
Yes, well, I don't, so hand it over.
I see much money. Killing in stock market.
Oh, I don't buy that gypsy jazz. I'm a practical, down-to-earth banker. So put the $100 in that hand.
Melbourne!
And this hand I'm saving for you right over my knee when I get you home.
Melbourne, darling, please don't be angry. I'm sorry for what I did. I'll be a good wife from now on.
It won't do any good to plead.
I'll be a loving wife. I'll shower you with hugs and kisses.
And threats won't work either. How big a killing in the stock market?
Very, very big.
And what stock shall I buy?
It's cloudy. For cash clouds might lift.
Uh-huh. How much?
For fellow gypsy could have at cost $90.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50.
Daddykins!
Margaret, please.
But Babykins loves Daddykins.
And Daddykins loves Moneykins. Now, where were we?
20.
40, 50.
Wadykins!
Margaret!
You're my dark, handsome gypsy sweetheart! No! No, break the spell on Zarko. He's done grabbed himself a married woman. Think of your husband, Miss Drysdale. Let go. But Granny! Besides, I already turned him down. You're getting him on the rebound. You don't want a second-hand gypsy. But Granny, listen. Now you listen. Even if you were free to marry him, you ain't no more up to an outdoor honeymoon than I am.
Now, where was I?
40.
All right. 50, 60. There wasn't $100 there. My wife cheated you.
Happens to poor gypsies every day.
Did you call off the spell?
Not yet.
It must have been a humdinger to give him a hankering for that old Betty.
True.
I want to see how you do it. What's going on in there?
Oh, come on in, join us.
Yeah, Granny, my gypsy fella plays a real good fiddle.
And my gypsy gal dances up a storm.
Did you square dance, Gypsy?
No.
Oh, my father, Jog, he do big hot-foot Hungarian hold down.
Well, let's go. And remember, the spell is still on you. Just dancing, no sparking.
Here goes.
Ellie Mae, I think Dash Riprock is here to go swimming. Come on down.
Let me get the door, Granny.
Great galloping gizzards.
Well, how do you like it? Spent all morning just getting ready for Dash.
But you wasted your time. He's got a date with Ellie.
I don't want a date with him. I want to get a job acting in his new TV series.
I'm sure he already has a leading lady.
I want to show him I can play romantic leading man parts. I want him to stop thinking of me as just an intellectual.
One look at you in that get-up and he'll want to stop thinking of you, period.
Sorry, miss. It's me, Dash Jethro. Well, you sure got a pile driving fist. Are you hurt?
Nah.
Of course he ain't. You can crack boulders with that head of his.
Feels like concrete.
Thank you. Dash, take a look at me and tell me what comes to your mind.
Halloween?
Oh, I want to part of the new TV show you're doing.
Golly, Jethro, I don't think...
Oh, come on now. Don't you storm me like Mr. Chapman, the head of the movie studio's been doing. I've been going down there every day for acting audition. And all I keep hearing is, Mr. Chapman's out of town. Mr. Chapman's out of the country.
He may be.
No, he ain't. It's Mr. Chapman I keep hearing it from.
I thought you only acted in the movies, Dash.
I couldn't turn this one down, Granny. It's the first series I've been offered with real quality and sophistication.
What's it called?
Bachelor Sheriff knows best.
Howdy, guys.
Miss Jane bought her that bathing suit. It's the first time I've ever seen it. Ah! Cover your eyes, hide your eyes. Ellie Mae, go put on the rest of that bathing suit.
This is all it is to it, Granny.
Then I'm going to call Miss Jane and tell her she's been slickered. There's not enough suit there to cover a fella.
Yeah, it's great.
Jethro. Can't put my finger on it, but there's something different about you today. Have you lost weight?
You dumb old girl. This is my new leading man image. Oh, come on, Dash. How about a part in your series?
It's all cast, Jethro.
Oh, there must be something I can do for you.
Yes. Take off that silly wig.
Oh, all right. It ain't true the blondes have more fun anyhow.
Come on, everybody, let's go swimming.
Hey, wait, I can't go. It'll ruin my makeup.
Keep your head out of the water.
Hey, that won't help. I got it all over me.
Why?
Well, I figured if you didn't need a cowboy, I could play Indy.
Jethro, I'm sorry, but there just isn't a part for you in my series.
Why not?
Well, I'll square with you, Jethro. It's a Western. You can't rope, you can't ride, you can't fast draw, and you can't act.
See? You can't give me one good reason.
Granny, believe me, there is nothing indecent about that bathing suit. Why, I bought one just like it for myself. No, I am not kidding. Yes, I'll tell Mr. Drysdale you called. He's in a meeting with Mr. Chapman, the head of your movie studio. I don't know what they're talking about, but it must be money. When Mr. Chapman came in, he was crying.
Bachelor Sheriff knows best. Couldn't have missed.
Oh, stop crying, Chapman. You've only lost a television series. It's not the end of the world.
But Mr. Clampett's studio is out millions in potential profits.
Well, it is the end of the world.
Television is the real loser. Bachelor Sheriff is going to be something new. Something other than a rehash of last season's hit show.
Really?
It's a rehash of every hit show since 1948.
So, that's why you named the hero Howdy Doody.
That's right. Dash plays a widower lawyer, dying of an incurable disease, who takes his little daughter and her collie dog on a wagon train to Tombstone, where he becomes marshal and tracks down a one-armed man who gave him amnesia.
Sounds terrible.
I know, it's a sure winner. What happened? The little think child star that's playing the daughter Debbie Dimples came in with impossible demands.
Then write her out of the script.
I can't. That's one of the success elements I stole. The hero must be a widower with a sweet little dependent.
Well, then let it be a monkey instead of a little girl. Jungle series are very big this season.
Yes, a monkey. You know, I was so busy stealing from the old shows, I forgot to steal from the new ones. Hold it. Rip Rock will never go for a monkey as his co-star.
Don't tell him. Put the ape in the right clothes, and he may never know the difference.
Where are we going to find one? All the big-name monkeys already have their own series.
I know one we can get right up at Jed Clampetts' house.
Not Jethro.
No. I'm talking about talent. Ellie Mae's chimpanzee, cousin, what's her name?
Milburn, this is the co-starring role. We can't use an unknown.
He won't be once the series is on the air.
Well, I guess Otto von Schlepper, the director, could give her an audition.
Just wait till you see her. She's Judy, Cheetah, King Kong, all rolled into one. And can she act?
Well, I hope so. I can't risk the series on just another pretty face.
Gil, what are you doing out here in that skimpy bathing suit?
Well, we was playing ball. Dash had to run back to the studio.
Car coming. We got company.
Get inside before they see your nakedness.
Why, it's some stranger and Mr. Chapman from a studio.
Well, it's about time. Jethro's been at him all week to get him an acting audition.
Well, they come all the way up here to see him. I hope the boy's ready.
Mr. Clampett. Granny. How are you?
Hi, Mr. Chapman.
Oh, I'd like you to meet a new director I just brought from Europe, Mr. von Schlepper.
Howdy, Mr. Schlepper.
It is Von Schlepper.
All right, Von, you can call me Jed. This here is Granny.
Howdy. I can give you something to cure that tick. Might be able to grow hair for you, too.
Mr. Clampett, we have a wonderful part available in the new Dash Rip Rock television series.
Well, you come to the right spot. We got a real performer in this family.
So we hear.
Yeah. Where is the, how you say,
In the house. You wait right here.
Yeah.
Jethro! Jethro, get down here. Mr. Chapman and the movie director's here. Want to audition you?
Oh, Dash must have called him.
Jethro was telling me about Dash's new TV series. Your coming by is going to make the boy powerful happy.
Well, if this audition works out, we're all going to be powerful happy.
Hey, Jethro. Jethro, this is Mr. Schlepper. I mean, Vaughn. And you know Mr. Chapman.
Howdy.
I'd like Ellie Mae to meet you. I'll go see can I find her. This is your big chance, boy. Do your stuff.
Don't worry, Uncle Jed. Get a look at this Valentino stayer.
Well, good luck, boy.
What is wrong with that Jethro? He looks like he ate a bad knockwurst.
Never mind. Here comes the real monkey.
Oh, she's a knockout.
Oh, sure. She's got a good figure, but can she act?
I will pull it. Good. She cannot be any worse than Dash Rip Rock. Let me have anger. Now, show me sorrow.
A shiner. She's as good as Debbie Dimples.
She's 10 times better than Dash Rip Rock.
Oh, God, who'd they come up here to audition? That blame monkey or me?
Show me passion. Magnificent.
A star is born. Does this mean a part in Dash Rip Rock's television series?
The co-starring role.
Hey, your uncle will have the contracts ready this afternoon.
Yeah!
What's wrong with that nut?
Uncle Jed! Ellie! Uncle Jed! Ellie!
You hadn't ought to left Mr. Chapman and Mr. Schlepper out there alone.
I didn't. They left.
Doggone, I wanted Ellie to meet Mr. Schlepper. Granny just had to find something for her to wear over her new bathing suit.
Yeah, and then she wanted it looking stylish, so she had to shorten.
You two don't sound like a couple of hillbilly weed benders. Standing there talking about ladies' fashions when you could swing a tater fork and hit a real live TV star.
Is Dash back?
I'm talking about me.
You?
You mean you got an acting part in his television series?
Not a acting part. I am the co-star.
I don't believe it. What part are you playing on Bachelor Sheriff Knows Biz?
They ain't told me yet. But even a blubberhead like you can figure out it's either got to be the bachelor or the sheriff. Don't let her hit me, Uncle Jed. My face is my fortune.
Yeah, stop it, Ellie. He's got an uphill climb in loose rock as it is.
What do you mean? Appearing with Dash Rip Rock is going to make me famous overnight.
I'd better call William S. Hart and warn him.
I don't believe even he was an overnight star.
This here ain't the movies. We's talking about national television. For 300, maybe 400 people watching. I got to go pick me out a cow pony.
You better let me pick it out. The only thing you know about a horse is how to sound like one when you lie.
Ellie Mae, if I wasn't afraid of hurting my trigger finger, I'd...
Boy, why don't you let Ellie pick you out a pony? She knows more about horses than you do.
Well, all right. But it's got to be a white bronc. One that's just as smart as me.
Well, that's going to be mighty hard to find. About the only horses that dumb is on a merry-go-round.
What was Hathaway?
Oh, why, Dash! Hello, you should have told me you were coming.
Well, I have just come to the studio. Excuse my wardrobe.
Oh, well, you can go right in. Mr. Chapman and Mr. Drysdale, I'll see you when you come out.
Swell.
Oh, no hurry, of course.
Bessie the Chip is going to be the hit of the new season. We ought to call the show Frontier Monkey.
I don't care if they call it Frontier Money. It's going to make us all a pot full.
Mr. Drysdale? Mr. Chapman? I've just come from the studio to ask a favor.
Well, name it, as long as it costs under $9.95.
No, it isn't money. It's about Jethro. I want to get him a job in the new series. Anything at all. He's so eager.
Jerky Jethro? Are you kidding?
We'll need someone to handle the monkey. Yeah. Dash, we've just come up with a job for Jethro. He's going to work with your co-star.
Oh, great. I hope she doesn't mind. Jethro acts a little goofy.
Oh, no, she won't mind. Your co-star's a fun-loving little monkey herself.
A real swinger.
Well, she ought to be. I'll bet you're paying her a lot of bananas for this job.
Oh, Dad. Take a look at my hair.
Yeah, I see it. I didn't know it was that windy out.
This is a hairpiece. I borrowed it from one of the girls in the secretarial pool.
Oh, well, I like your own hair better. This is all drab and stringy around the edges.
That part is my own hair. Dash, isn't there a scene from Bachelor Sheriff I could help you rehearse?
Hey, there is one I'm having trouble with. The saloon fight.
I meant a love scene.
Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Hathaway. This is a true Western. The only thing in it I kiss is my horse. Hello, Mr. Clampett.
Another cowboy. Oh, this place ain't starting to look like home on the range.
What are the cowboys here?
Well, I don't know. He may have gone a little overboard.
I'll be right down. Yippee! Well, now I know why cowboys ride horses. You sure can't walk in these boots.
You all right? I don't know. There's a sharp tingling sensation shooting through me.
Well, I'll fetch Granny. Here's the trouble. I was sitting on one of my spurs. Here you are. Well, all set to go to work on Bachelor Sheriff. You already know about the job? Well, yeah. I'm the co-star. No, Jethro. Mr. Chapman meant you're going to be working with the co-star. Well, yeah, you. I'm your co-star? You're my co-star. Jethro, there's something I got to do. Hey, can't it wait, Dash? I got to practice my roping. Only learned how 20 minutes ago. You're wasting your time. No, I ain't. I'm awful good, but I ain't perfect. That's the wrong end. Yeah, thanks. Watch, I'm gonna lasso that vase over yonder. First, you twirl on over your head like this. Then throw it all the way back. And then you give it a big yank. Doggone it, Granny, come back here. Uncle Jed, Granny run off with my lasso.
Hey, Jethro, I found you the perfect horse.
Great, I got my saddle out back. Is it a stallion? Is it white? Is it fast?
If it can move at all, you better get on it and ride for your life.
How come?
Otherwise, when Granny climbs out of that rose garden across the street, you're going to get one humdinger of a saddle sore.
Boy, Granny sure give Jethro a blistering for tossing her in the rose bushes, didn't she?
Could have been worse.
Yeah, I could have got a hold of him before she did and really beat him up.
Ellie Mae, you can't blame Jethro for not liking the horse you brought home. You gotta admit it ain't exactly what Hoot Gibson would ride.
But then Jethro ain't exactly Hoot Gibson either.
Oh, you noticed that too, huh?
Besides, I couldn't get old Boulder Belly a little white bronc. But them saddling on it, why, it'd be wore out in 10 minutes.
Well, with this horse you got, what's on it ain't the worry. I'm just hoping what's under it holds up. Hey, that is one gallywumping heap of horseplay.
Why, he weighs almost a ton. He's what you call a Clydesdale. I named him Clyde.
You should have named him Oversized. That horse must stand 18 hands high.
Jethro's gonna sure stand tall in the saddle.
I don't know. After the high tanning he just got, it'd be a spell before he does any saddle sitting at all.
Gone. I bet if old Wild Bill Hickok towed his Granny into the rose bushes, He wouldn't have got hickory switched.
If you'd have had your granny, it would have.
Well, enough of this cooling off. I gotta get going.
You've been sitting in water, Jethro. The seat of your pants is all wet.
Oh, they'll dry out in no time. I'm still throwing out a lot of heat. Well, come on, Dash.
You gonna wear that cowboy outfit to the studio?
Well, yeah. I'm gonna ride down there and sign my contract.
You're gonna ride down? On that hairy elephant Ellie got for you?
Henning Clyde? Why, sure. Ain't nobody gonna be looking at that freak when they got something like me to stare at.
I see what you mean.
I haven't showed you my fast draw yet.
Well, go ahead, show me.
You show me yours first.
All right, count 3.
3 what?
You know, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Dash, you better play the part of the bachelor. If we'd been having a shootout just then, you'd have more holes in you than the back road to Bug Tussle.
Watch this.
Both guns.
1, 2, 3.
Fast, huh? Bet you didn't even see him come out of the holsters.
Jethro, you should have put blanks in those guns.
No, I tried shooting bottles with them things, but I couldn't break a 1.
Oh, never mind.
Hey, I can do better than that.
I think you better get up on your horse. We'll forget about the fancy gunplay.
Why, Dash? That was just an accident.
I know, but another one like that and you'll be the first cowboy in history wearing open-toed boots.
Whoa there. Whoa. Easy there, fella. Easy. Take it easy. Steady, big fella, steady.
If that horse is any steadier, he'd be dead.
Stand back there. I gotta get down to the movie studio and have some publicity pictures took. Hey, how's my saddle look?
Beautiful. Adios, amigo.
Chili con carne. All right, big fella. Up, boy. Hi-ho, Clyde! I gotta change that name. Hi-ho, Clyde! Away! Pound them hoofs. Faster, boy, faster. Fly like the wind. Could I talk you into a slow walk?
No, you're just wasting your time. That horse ain't going nowhere.
I know that. Do something. I got to ride my mount down to Mammoth Studios and sign my co-star contract.
Well, I can't do nothing. Clyde's a draft horse. He won't move unless he's pulling a wagon.
A wagon?
Yeah, that one yonder.
Uncle Jed, I can't ride to the movie studio pulling that thing.
Well, it's either that or drive the truck.
There's a choice for you.
I'm a cowboy. I can't drive a truck down to the movie studio, and I sure can't ride a horse pulling that wagon.
Well, there's a third way. You can have the horse pull the truck.
I know a fourth way. You could stay at home.
Doggone! It's the blasted old wagon up. I just hope Hopalong Cassidy don't see me.
Well, I'll hook it up, but you'll have to ask Cousin Bessie before you go anywhere.
What do you mean?
Well, Clyde won't pull his wagon unless Cousin Bessie's riding in it. They've got to be hair-turned fond of each other.
There's one courtship I don't hold much hope for.
Who knows? Around this place, anything can happen.
Now, hold on. Do you think that I'm going to ride down to the movie studio through the middle of Beverly Hills, riding this plow horse, pulling that wagon, with that monkey in it? What kind of a jerk do you think I am? Doggone it, Bessie, quit making so much noise. I don't want to attract no attention.
Where's that monkey, Larry?
How should I know? She's supposed to be here.
Hasn't even signed a contract, and already she's showing up late. Larry, did you ever use a circus in a picture on this lot?
Yeah, a few months ago.
You'd better call them. I think they forgot their freak show.
There's our star.
What an eyeful. What a knockout.
Thanks, Vans. Hey, bananas. Hey, how'd you know I'd be starved? Hey!
Oh, it's you again. How's your heartburn?
Jethro? Say, what are you doing with that monkey?
Carrying her to her dressing room. Nothing's too good for the co-star. Bachelor Sheriff knows best.
She's a co-star? Bessie?
That rare combination of beauty and talent.
What about me? What about this outfit I bought for me?
Well, if I were you, I'd hang on to it. You never know when they might need a replacement for Captain Kangaroo.
I ain't no kangaroo. I'm a star. Anybody can tell I belong right here in show business just by looking at me. Hey, say, mister, I bet you know why I'm here.
Yeah, and you're late.
God!
Well, Mr. Chapman, Mr. Slipper, come in. Jethro's been expecting you.
Now, I hope he wasn't too upset about the misunderstanding over Cousin Bessie. He drove his wagon out of the studio at full gallop.
The trash man didn't even have time to empty his second barrel.
Jethro's all through wanting to be a co-star and dash a series. All he cares about now is Bessie making good.
Oh, what a sweet boy he is.
Hey, sure.
Well, where is Bessie? We have the contracts right here.
Well, just a minute. I'll fetch your agent.
Her agent? That's right, sweetie. I'm Bessie's 10%er. So whifty-bo-dee.
Whifty's a pretty good nickname for you. You sure come down them stairs fast.
Jed, will you fetch Bessie?
Sure, boy.
All right. Listen, you two. My client, Cousin Bessie, has got to have co-star billing, script approval, and an awful good hairdresser. Plus, she gets 10,000 bananas a week, which I get 10%, or 1,000 of them to eat for myself.
Ridiculous. We'll just get another monkey.
Oh, not like Bessie, you won't. Wait till you see what I've done for her. She is going to be a real big star.
No. All that sweet, naive, little girl quality, it's gone.
Now, she's just another Hollywood glamour puss.
Hey, wait, we can make a deal. How about 1,000 bananas a week? Oh, what about 500? I'll give you a couple of bunches.
Like best for Mr. Clampetts Corporation. Jedco, Jed Clam, Clamco, or JDC Incorporated?
I like Clamco Incorporated. It has a nice sound to it.
Then Clamco Incorporated it is. Now let's see. Jed will be president. Granny can be vice president. Ellie Mae, secretary treasurer. That leaves Jethro. What do we do with him?
Here's an idea. I'll marry him.
Oh, he's serious.
Well, if I may say so, Chief, he'd make a far better husband than he would a corporation executive.
This corporation is just a formality for tax purposes. I'll continue to make all the decisions and all the investments just as I have in the past.
What will the Clampetts do?
Attend a board of directors meeting twice a year. Slow down, you're coming to the president's driveway.
Come back here and put on a dress. Oh, howdy, folks. Be right with you directly. Head her off, Duke.
You know, Chief, somehow they just don't look like corporation executives.
Did you bring your notary seal?
Right here, Chief. Ready to go.
Well, pucker up and seal off the wisecracks.
Oh, hi, Miss Jane. Mr. Drysdale.
Hello, Jethro.
You just missed Jed. He's out shagging Ellie.
Yes, we saw them.
Well, come in and have a cup of coffee whilst you're waiting.
Oh, thank you.
Good to see you, Mr. Drysdale. I'm sorry I couldn't stop before.
Quite all right.
Did you catch Ellie Mae?
No, but Duke's got a tree. Quick as I get my second wind, I'll climb up there and fetch you down.
Well, now, if you can take a little time away from treeing your daughter, I'd like you to become president of Clamco.
Oh, no, thanks, Mr. Drysdale. I ain't much of politics.
Politics?
Besides, I don't even recollect where Clamco is. You, Granny?
I think it's down in Pike County, Jed, near Flat Rock.
No. Clamco is right here in Beverly Hills.
Well, now, you best forget it for sure, because folks out here never vote for me for president.
Jed ain't fancy enough for city folks.
If it comes to making speeches, I'd be plumb pitiful.
Mr. Clampett, you don't have to win an election. Clamco is a corporation. And you are its president by virtue of being the majority stockholder.
Here they are.
Sit down, Granny. Jethro? You too, Miss Hathaway. I have a feeling I'm going to need all the help I can get in explaining what a corporation is. Well, everybody ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very well. Start explaining, Miss Hathaway.
Come down out of there. Now, Ellie Mae, It just don't seem fitting for the president of a big corporation to have to get his secretary out of a tree.
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about you and me. Now, come on down here and I'll tell you more.
I'm coming down, Paul. Are you sure enough going to be the president of a big corporation?
Mm-hmm.
And am I sure enough going to be your secretary, Paul?
Me, you're going to be secretary for the whole corporation. I'm president, Granny is vice president, and we decided to make Jethro treasurer because he knows so much about ciphering.
Are we going to have one of them in their office like Mr. Drysdale and me one like Miss Jane?
Well, they didn't say nothing about offices. All we got to do is come to a meeting twice a year.
Oh, shucks, that don't sound like much fun.
Now, wait, Ellie Mae. We'll get you down out of this tree and into a dress. I'll see to it that we have offices just like Mr. Drysdale and Miss Jane.
Well, can we have one of them there dictate machines so you can dictate letters?
If it make you happy, we'll have two of them. We'll both dictate letters.
Let's go.
Thanks for the lunch, Fleming. See you later.
Your messages, Chief. This one I think is the most important.
Who wants an office?
President of Clamco Incorporated. And not just an office, but a suite of offices with 2 dictation machines, 1 typewriter for the secretary.
I can read. Pencils and plenty of ciphering paper for the treasurer.
Jethro.
A swivel and rocking chair.
For Vice President Granny. Now, I have checked the building. We could give them the penthouse executive suite.
Are you out of your mind? That rent's for $2,500 a month. Besides, they don't need offices.
President Clampetts seems to think they do.
Well, he'll just have to be talked out of it, and I'll get him on the phone. And when you get him, talk him out of it.
Oh, gee.
I have to do everything myself. Am I surrounded by jellyfish? Am I the only one with the courage to...
Howdy, folks. Just wondered how my new offices was coming along.
Fine, just fine. I'm giving you the best in the building. The penthouse executive suite.
Don't have to be nothing fancy.
Only the best for President Clampett. How soon those offices be ready, Miss Hathaway?
I think an hour should do it.
Well, speed it up. Anything else you'd like?
Well, to tell you the truth, there is. I always had a kind of a hankering for one of them fancy leather lunch boxes like you two.
Miss Hathaway, take care of that. A fancy leather lunchbox with Mr. Clappett's name on it.
Yes, sir.
Well, sure do thank you. See you in about an hour.
We'll be looking for you, President.
Welcome to the Loyal Order of Jellyfish.
You have your notary seal handy?
Yes, sir.
Pucker up and use it.
Granny, you are gussied up to a fare thee well.
Don't you forget it, boy. I am the vice president of a big corporation.
Yes, ma'am.
Confidentially, Jethro, what does a vice president do?
I ain't sure. Reckon we'll find out when we get down to the office.
I reckon. What's that?
Well, I don't know. Fella just delivered it for Uncle Jed.
Open it up, Jethro. I think I know what it is. Yep. It's my new fancy leather lunchbox. You got my name on it.
Oh, we ain't that a dandy.
Sure is pretty.
How'd I look?
You look like a big, important corporation president.
That's a fact, kid. You just fill that lunchbox with ham hocks and black-eyed peas and chitlins, and you can hold your own with any of them.
I reckon we ought to be getting down to the office. Jethro, you ready to commence treasuring?
Yes, sir. I'm going to cipher up a storm. I even borrowed a geometry book.
What's geometry?
Oh, it's clean other side of arithmetic. It's so deep, even I don't understand it for sure.
Well, you can study up on it, Granny. You all set the vice president?
Soon as I know what that is, yeah.
Well, here comes our secretary.
She looks like she's dressed for a dance.
Don't say that. At least the way she's wearing a dress and acting like a lady.
Hey, Paul, let's get down to the cooperation so we can commence the dictating something. I figured you'd want me to wear one of these here dresses that Morris made for me.
Does you proud, Ellie. You're prettier than a Christmas packet.
Well, you are too, Paul. You too, Granny and Jethro.
Yeah, I reckon we's as fine-looking gaggle of corporation executives as you'd see in New York, Joplin, any of them big cities. Let's go.
stopping and staring at us.
Well, Granny, I reckon it ain't every day the folks along Wilshire Boulevard gets to look at a whole corporation in one bunch like this.
Well, I wish them men would quit whistling at me.
Yeah, it isn't mighty disrespectful, you being a vice president and all.
Jed, what does a vice president do?
Well, Granny, quick as we get to the office, treasurer will look it up for you in one of them dictionaries, won't you, Jethro?
If I can squeeze it in with my geometry. It's awful deep, Uncle Jed. Listen to this. The square of the hypotenuse of a right triangle is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides.
Doggy, will you listen to that?
What does it mean?
You wouldn't understand it, Ella May. You're just a secretary.
What do you mean?
Now, let's have no squabble between the secretary and the treasurer.
Or you'll get flogged by the vice president. Jed, I plumb forgot to fill your leather lunchbox with victuals.
Oh, I'm just toting for practice, Granny.
Well, whereabouts is our offices, Paul?
Well, Mr. Drysdale's giving us what they call a penthouse.
What's a penthouse?
I reckon we'll find out directly. Come on, everybody.
Come on, Granny.
If this is a penthouse, you can have it.
Come on back, Granny. Granny! Come here.
Jed, I ain't a-going.
You come on back.
I ain't a-going in there, Jed. It ain't big enough for us. There's no windows in it. We'll suffocate.
Granny, this ain't the penthouse. This here is an elevator.
This is how you get to the penthouse. Get your back, Jethro.
Jethro! You put down, you pickle up and put me down. I ain't going in here.
Come on in, Granny. It's all right.
I changed my mind. I don't want to be no vice president. I want to go home.
We won't let nothing happen to you, Granny.
You see, Ellie Mae ain't scared.
That thing didn't grab her.
Set her
It
down.
grabbed me.
Set her down, Jethro.
It's moving.
Hey, Granny, why are you staying in there?
I'm going back down and get my stomach.
Come on now, don't be scared.
What's Clamco Inc., Paul?
Well, Clampco's the name of our corporation.
Is we gonna make ink?
For all I know, we might be going to make Clampco's. Mr. Drysdale didn't say for sure.
Look at Uncle Jed's name written on that door in gold.
Jethro, I want you to get a hold of some paint. Put the rest of your names up there, same as mine. We's all in this corporation together.
Not me. I quit when I was being yanked up in that oversized well bucket. I guess I can find me some stairs. I'm going home.
Look, Granny, don't you want to stay and see your office?
No, I don't. But I reckon I ought to stay and see that the rest of you is comfortable.
See, this here's my desk. See, I got my name on it.
No, and there's your dictate machine.
Dictating something, Paul.
Well, quick as we get settled and go to corporate, and I'll do that.
Hey, Granny, look at here. Vice President Granny.
Well, Jethro, Granny says she's done quit. Now, when you take her home, you bring back a can of turps and wash her name off its door.
Yes, sir.
Now, just a doggone minute. Who's higher up? Vice President or Treasurer?
Vice President, I reckon.
Well, then there ain't gonna be no treasurer washing off no vice president from no door.
Hey, Jethro, come see your office. Got your name on the door and everything.
Hot diggity dog.
Can't blame you for feeling proud, boy. Here you are, treasurer of a big corporation, not even out of the 6th grade.
Well, I'm going to work hard, Uncle Jed. Folks ain't going to say I'm a success just because I'm your nephew.
That's the spirit, boy. Get in there and get the treasurer.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Paul, wait till you see your office. It's a yellow speckled doozy.
Private?
That means can't nobody come in and bother you.
Yeah, let's get that off of there right away. Can't do business without folks can come in and talk to me.
Ain't this something, Paul?
Sure enough is. Well, there's room in here for all of us. We don't need them other offices.
Well, maybe when business gets to going, we'll need them.
Sure wish Mr. Drysdale would tell us what kind of business we're in.
We're up high enough to be in the roofing business. Look down yonder.
That's a long jump.
I sure hope Granny don't try to leave without finding her stairs.
Kid Clampett, I quit.
Again?
Ain't you happy with your office?
I ain't happy with my job.
Vice president?
That's it. I just had Jethro look up what that word vice means. And I ain't gonna be president of no such goings-on.
Uncle Jed, I couldn't find no turfs, but I got some of that gold paint.
Mr. Whitland, Jed.
Oh, wait, I got an idea. Hold down this half of your granny. We have this fixed in no time, Granny. There you are. Nice president. Enemy, you call Mr. Drysdale. Tell him the president, secretary, and treasurer of Clamco Inc. is rare to go to work doing whatever it is they're supposed to do.
That's better.
I'll answer that. You get out your notary seal.
Hi there, Mr. Drysdale. This here's secretary of Clamco Inc.
And the treasurer.
And the nice president.
And the other president.
We's up here in the penthouse raring to go to work, except we don't know what to do.
We'd like to talk to you, Mr. Drysdale.
He says it ain't time yet for a meeting of the board.
Tell him we get bored quicker than city folks.
Yes. All right, Ellie Mae, I'll come right up and explain everything. Bye. You come along. 3 miles are better than 1.
And so we see, from what I have pointed out, that the corporation tax picture is not only brighter from the standpoint of the maximum tax rate of 50% on corporate income as opposed to 77% on personal income, but also from the standpoint of the eventual possibility of attaining a long-term capital gain upon the ultimate sale or dissolution of said corporation to wit, Clamco Inc.
Mr. Treasurer, do you hear all that?
Oh, yes, sir. Every word.
You understand it?
No, sir. Not a word.
How about you, Miss Secretary? You understand it?
No, sir, Paul. I mean, President.
How about you?
She lost me right after she stood up and cleared her throat.
Miss Jane, that was a dandy speech. But I'm afraid that I didn't cut a whole lot of meat out of it, neither. I suppose you understood it, Mr. Drysdale?
Not a word.
Chief!
Oh, I'm kidding. But I can boil her 10-minute oration down to one simple statement. You'll be paying less money to the government. Now, I make a motion that we adjourn so you can go home and relax and leave all the high finance to us experts.
Well, now, excuse me, Mr. Drysdale, but could I say something?
Of course. What's on your mind?
Well, now, I hear tell that the government needs a lot of money.
Well, that's their problem. Our problem is to see that they don't get it from us.
Why?
Why? Well, everybody tries to avoid paying taxes.
Why?
Well, great Scott, man. That's the American way.
Chief, perhaps you should explain to Mr. Clampett that it is perfectly legal to avoid taxes so long as we do not evade them.
Right. In other words, Mr. Clampett, the government doesn't want you to pay any more tax than you have to.
Well, now, if the government needs all this money and I got plenty, I don't mind giving it to them, especially since this country's been so good to me.
Yeah, you bet.
Well, the way to help this country is to put money in circulation. And that's exactly what Clamco is going to do.
It is?
Absolutely. That's what a prosperous business economy does. Puts more money into the hands of more people.
Well, that makes a whole heap of good sense.
I see you're getting the picture. Well, now, if you'll excuse us, we'll be getting back to the office.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drysdale, for explaining it to us.
It's a pleasure. Goodbye, sir.
Bye. Au revoir.
Well, I reckon we got our work cut out for us.
We sure have.
That's a fact.
I'll say.
What is it, Uncle Jed?
That's what Mr. Drysdale said. We got to get more money into the hands of more people.
Oh, yeah. He said that. How are we going to do it?
Well, the first thing we need is money. Now, you and Ellie run down to the cashier, fella, and get a big heaping box of it.
Come on, Jethro.
Gentlemen, Clamco Incorporated, which I have the pleasure to represent as a director, is desirous of purchasing large parcels of income property. Hotels, apartment buildings, commercial property in your area. We have unlimited capital, and we... Great Scott! Money! Falling from the sky, look!
Chief, I hate to see this, but I think it's coming from the penthouse.
Oh, no. They wouldn't. They couldn't.
They would, they couldn't. They are!
Fistful of 5, 3 more 20s.
Couple of hundred.
Hey, wait a minute. Hold on, Uncle Jed. I can't treasure as fast as you're throwing it out.
Don't worry about it, Jethro.
Okay. Nickety dog, we sure getting a lot of money into the hands of a lot of people.
Compliments of Clamco Incorporated.
Wait a minute. Them people's getting it all. How about the folks over on my side of the building?
Help yourself, Granny.
Load me up, Ellie.
Granny, what's going on up here?
Prosperous economy. Come help me with my side of the building.
Wait.
Granny.
Granny, stop. You cannot throw money out the window.
Not till I get some more.
Here's some more, Granny. Step aside, everybody.
Grass picking up real good. Spend a box of money, Jethro.
Get bigger bills. It makes them much happier.
Chief, cheer up. So they gave away $27,000. They can afford it.
I know, but the way they did it, it's not deductible. Now Jed wants to dissolve the corporation.
Did he give you a reason?
No. He just said if he couldn't give money away, he'd just as soon forget it.
Howdy, folks. Be with you directly. Head her off, Duke. Ellie, come down out of there.
I ain't gonna do it, Paul.
Well, Chief, if I may venture an observation, it looks as though Clamco Incorporated is up a tree.
Here's your notary seal.
Pucker up.
Exactly. And Clamco that wise mouth.
Good morning, Your Royal Majesty, ma'am.
Jed, don't you go to jinxing me. I ain't queen yet.
Granny, you got this election in your pocket. Miss Drysdale ain't even putting up a scrap.
And that's what's got me wondering what she's up to. Do you reckon that she's going to pull out of the race?
That ain't likely. Miss Drysdale sets a great store by being a society leader of Beverly Hills. You know she ain't going to turn down a chance to be Possum Queen.
It's true. But then why is she laying back?
In politics, you never know.
Kid, do you think she's planning to come out at the last minute with a smear campaign?
Ain't nothing she can dig up against you. Is there?
Kid, the road of life is long and rocky. And when you've walked as many miles as I have, you're likely to stumble a time or two.
Well, I reckon your slate's as clean as any.
Daddy, Jethro and me's got some more election posters ready for you.
Well, give them to my campaign manager here. I can't stand it no longer. I gotta peek through the hedge and see what Miss Drysdale's up to.
She ain't up to nothing. We could have told her that.
Well, let me see the posters. Maybe we can stir up something. Granny the Possum's Choice. Vote the Granny ticket. Granny will cut taxes. Granny will cut taxes?
Yes, sir. That's a real popular campaign promise. Everybody from mayor to president makes that one.
Yeah, but Granny ain't. Well, I reckon she can keep it about as good as the others have.
You got some more, too, Paul. Where do you want them?
I want them where Mrs. Drysdale is sure to see them. Wednesday is Possum Day, and there still ain't no sign of her campaign.
Ain't no sign of Possum Day, neither.
What do you mean?
Well, Ellie and me's been all over Beverly Hills. Don't look like they's getting ready for no festival.
Parade or nothing. You ought to gone back home like we started to.
Yeah, instead of letting Mr. Drysdale talk us out of it.
Yeah, we could have...
Now, young'uns. Mr. Drysdale promised us a bigger do than the one back home. And he is a man of his word.
Chief, why did you lie to them?
I did not lie.
But you promised them the Beverly Hills would put on a fabulous possum festival.
No, I did not. I promised them you would put it on. Now, it's up to you to see that I keep my word.
But there's nothing I can do without the official approval of the city. You've already been turned down by Pasadena, Santa Ana, Azusa, Cucamonga.
All right.
Chief, I implore you, before it's too late, let's put the Clampetts on a plane for home.
Oh.
It's the only place in the civilized world where Possum Day is celebrated.
Well, I'm going to change that. There must be plenty of communities around here that would jump at that opportunity. Now, let's see. Here's one right on the coast. Possum Beach.
That's Pismo Beach.
Well, maybe they'll change it. Granny'd like that.
And that's another thing. Granny thinks she's running for Possum Queen against your wife.
So?
So your wife doesn't even know about it. And Granny keeps wondering when she's going to start her campaign.
She's going to start her campaign this morning.
She is?
Yes. She doesn't know it, but she is. Happy, dear?
Well, I suppose so. But aren't you neglecting things at your precious bank?
Not at all. I can dictate as we're driving. Let's swing by the Clampett place.
Oh, Milburn, whatever for?
I want to show those peasants what real class looks like.
How long are we supposed to wait out here?
All Mr. Drysdale said was to go out front. There was something coming by we ought to see.
Well, he better hurry.
Yonder comes the limousine.
What's that sign on the front?
It says vote for Maggie.
She's come out in the open at last.
Big one on the side. She's campaigning for real now.
I don't want no shoe-in. Down with Granny.
Disgusting exhibition.
What's that, dear?
Granny is running behind.
She probably thinks she can beat you to the corner.
Beat me? In a limousine? Oh, how utterly absurd.
Better circle the block. She'll follow us clear into town.
The woman is a disgrace to Beverly Hills. She and her entire family should be run out of town.
Did you notice that sign on the front of the mansion?
Granny for Possum Queen? What a revolting idea.
Keep talking, dear.
Why doesn't that stupid woman give up?
Come back
Right in here, Jethro. Easy now.
Hey, she is really bushed.
She was holding her arm the first 2 or 3 miles.
I think she'd have caught the car if she hadn't a trip.
I reckon you best tote her right on up to her room.
You don't. I got a campaign to run.
Really, I think you've done enough running for a while. I declare you look like the last prune in the box.
I'll be all right. Get me out of this thing. All right. I'm all right. And now that Miss Drysdale has showed her hand, we got to swing into action. Ellie, you go and put on a pretty dress and commence passing my vote getters around house to house.
Yes, Granny.
Vote getters?
Yes, Jed, it's a gift package. A little sample of my lye soap, some candied crawdads, a couple of molasses cookies, and for them voters that's on the fence, a little snort of my friendly persuader.
That ought to knock them off the fence.
They never could afford a campaign like this when I was running for queen back home.
I know.
Politics is a rich man's game.
True.
Jethro, you get busy and start making me some signs mean-mouthing Miss Drysdale.
Well, how far you want to go, Granny?
Call her anything you can think of. Remember what William Jennings Bryan said? Fight hard, but fight clean.
Well, you ain't fighting clean, Granny.
Of course I ain't. William Jennings Bryan was a loser.
Granny is running behind.
Well, she probably thinks she can beat you to the corner.
Beat me? In a limousine? How utterly absurd.
Better circle the block. She'll follow us clear into town.
That little woman is a disgrace to Beverly Hills. She and her entire family should be run out of town.
I told you I'd get Margaret's campaign going. Call the radio station and buy some time.
For this?
A little editing and the proper questions. This can make a very explosive interview. It might even get Margaret elected Possum Queen.
You are a victim of self-hypnosis. There is not going to be a Possum Queen or a Possum Festival or a Possum Parade or a Possum anything.
You haven't taken care of those details. All right. Don't get hysterical. I'll pull this out of the fire for you. When I get through at the radio station, I'll pick out the spot for the celebration. Let's see. Seal Beach, Costa Mesa, Dana Point, San Clemente. Oh, I'm going to make one of these little communities world famous as the home of the International Possum Festival.
Ready? How's this for a mean-mouthed sign?
Well, that's the right idea. But it could be a mite stronger.
Oh, look at this side.
Ready? Mr. Drysdale said there's a radio program coming on that he wants us to hear. Right here's where it's coming on.
This is KBH, the voice of Beverly Hills. The following is a paid political announcement by the Margaret Drysdale for Possum Queen Committee. Mrs. Drysdale, how do you think the campaign is going?
Granny is running behind.
Think she has a chance to beat you?
Beat me? How utterly absurd.
How do you feel about your opponent personally?
That little woman is a disgrace to Beverly Hills. She and her entire family should be run out of town.
My doggies, that's hitting low.
I'm sure those words are spoken only in the heat of a political battle. When the election is over, you'll probably be good friends.
What a revolting idea.
Well, thank you, Mrs. Drysdale.
Why doesn't that stupid woman give up?
Thank you, Mrs. Drysdale.
What a disgusting exhibition.
Thank you, Mrs. Drysdale. We now return you to our regularly scheduled program.
Now, Granny, don't cut loose in front of the young'uns. Go in the pantry first and let off some steam. Uh-oh, watch your back, Jethro. I'm sorry, Granny, but there's a limit, even in politics.
Are you sure my husband said he wanted to go for another drive?
Yes, madam. We're to pick him up in town.
Well, I'm glad he's finally realized what a great social asset I am to him.
Yes, madam.
Come on, Ellie. Come on. Just want to make sure I had all the boat getters. All right, get up here in the back, honey, so you can hand them out. Yes, Duke. Go around the neighborhood now and give everybody a look. Ready when you are, Mr. Campaign Manager.
Right to the middle of town, boy. While Duke is getting the neighborhood to vote, we'll go after the man in the street.
Yes, sir.
Put the needle on, Granny. Let her roll, boy. Possum Queen of Beverly Hills. Now remember to vote for Granny.
You call that campaigning? Give me that thing. Margaret Drysdale ain't nothing but a screwy old bag of wind. Anybody that'd vote for her would suck eggs.
Mr. Drysdale found a spot for the Possum Festival?
Not yet. So far, he's bombed all the way down the coast. Last report has him headed for San Juan Capistrano. Mr. Drysdale's office. Chief, where are you?
San Diego? Well, what happened in San Juan? Oh, really? Well, they do have a point. It just doesn't sound as romantic. When the possums return to Capistrano. Gee, why don't you give up and come back? Tell the Clampetts the truth and admit... All right. You're the boss. He's confident he can sell the Possum Festival to the next town.
He does, and he'll just about have to come back. He's almost to the border.
Perkins, this is getting ridiculous. We've covered every foot of Beverly Hills 3 times.
I'm sorry, madam, but I just can't remember the corner where Mr. Drysdale said he would meet us.
Probably back at the bank by now. Take me there immediately. People are beginning to stare and point and even laugh.
Miss Hathaway.
I'm sorry, Janet, there is no further news. Ever since the chief crossed the border, a curtain of silence has descended.
Well, there's plenty of noise around here. The Clampetts are circling the block in Granny's campaign truck. They're announcing a big political rally in the bank parking lot.
Oh, dear. Well, let's get down there and see what we can do.
Gather around, folks. Granny's going to discuss the issues of this campaign.
You're going to hear some real name calling and mud slinging.
Granny. Now, after the speech making, for them voters that's still undecided, my daughter is going to pass among you with some friendly persuaders. Now, we're going to start off the rally by singing Granny's campaign song. Put the needle on. Here's your choice for Possum Queen, Granny. Granny.
She don't ride no limousine.
Granny all the way. Vote her into
Hey, lady, what's this all about?
Probably one of those hidden camera shows.
And now, folks, here she is, the next Possum Queen of Beverly Hills, Granny!
Fellow citizens, I'm gonna tell you about the woman that's running against me in this election. She has the brain of a chicken, the disposition of an alligator, and the figure of an overstuffed silo.
Folks, what the candidate is hinting at, well, as you know, the queen gets her weight in possums. Well, Granny here don't weigh 7 stone sopping wet. But in order to balance off Ms. Drysdale, it's going to take 30 or 40 good-sized possums. And where is them extra possums coming from? From your own backyard.
Yonder she comes! Maggie!
What is this outrageous spectacle?
Look what she's got writ on her car. The next Possum Queen. Oh! Look at her run. She knows when she's whipped.
Morning, Miss Hathaway.
Morning, Joe. Oh, dear, still not back.
Morning, Miss Hathaway. Happy Possum Day.
It's not funny, Miss Treagle. I was just about to call the Missing Persons Bureau.
You mean Mr. Drysdale is still...
Not a trace. I didn't sleep a wink last night.
Neither did I.
Chief!
Where have you been?
Riding a burro across Mexico.
Well, what about my car?
Just a little misunderstanding. I got it back this morning. But there isn't going to be any possum festival. I was even turned down by Death Valley. Oh, I should have listened to you, Miss Hathaway. I never should have lied to the Clampetts. It was just my foolish pride.
We'll take you home so you can get some rest.
No. No. First, I must face the Clampetts and tell them the truth. Confess everything. I'm through with dishonesty and deceit.
Yes, Chief.
Oh, what a bitter lesson I've learned.
Granny, where are you?
In here, Jed.
Granny, we gotta get out and vote. If it's like back home, the polls close at 10 and we... Why ain't you in your candidate outfit?
'Cause I ain't a candidate, Jed. I'm withdrawing in favor of Miss Drysdale.
You're what?
I never knowed how much being Possum Queen meant to that woman.
What you mean?
Well, after I bested her at the rally, she went home, took to her bed, and she's been there ever since.
It did seem to break her spirit.
I don't want victory at that price. Let her ride in the parade this afternoon. Let her get the cheers and the glory. It's her hometown.
You're a little woman, but you got a mighty big heart.
Paul, Mr. Drysdale wants to see you.
Hello, my friend.
What in tarnation happened to you?
Ellie, fetch my jug. This poor man looks like he's been drugged through an asshole.
Chief, tell them. Can I wait for the jug? All right. Mr. Clampett, Granny, I have something terrible to tell you.
Oh, we heard about your wife, and you can stop worrying. Granny's pulling out of the race.
What?
We ain't even going into town to watch the parade.
But that's what Mr. Drysdale has come to tell you.
Yes, you see, You're positive you're not going into town?
Positive. I don't want to take none of the glory away from Miss Drysdale.
Oh, that's a wonderful gesture, Granny. Of course, it's too bad you're going to miss that fabulous parade. It's going to be the greatest in the history of Possum Day. Marching band, floats, giant balloons, mounted riders, clowns, jugglers, airplanes, tanks, and elephants.
Sorry I couldn't find it right off.
Don't need it now, Ellie. Granny's news picked that poor man right up off the floor.
He'll do the same thing for his wife, too. There's no greater honor than being Possum Queen.
Yeah, Granny, there's always next year.
Yeah, I know. But to help me through this year, don't you think I deserve a little,
All right, Granny, quick as the polls close.
Happy Possum Day!
Bessie sure is crazy about Maria's leftover spaghetti.
Yeah, so I see. Is Maria still at the stove?
Yes, sir. Warming up some more of them delicious Italian victuals.
And is Granny still up in her room?
Yes, sir, sucking and pouting, 'cause there's another woman in her kitchen.
I was afraid of that. Well, I guess I gotta do what I gotta do.
La la ba-dee-da dum, bum bum ba-dee-dum, Santa Lucia, Santa Lucia. Oh, Signor Uncle Jed, buongiorno.
Same to you, I'm sure. Miss Maria, ma'am. Well, first off, I want to say that we're real pleased with your victuals.
Victuals? Non capisco.
You cook good.
Ah, cook good. Grazie, grazie.
Yes, ma'am. So, what I'm about to say has got nothing to do with that. You see, it's Granny. See, this is her kitchen.
Kitchen? Grande, bellissimo.
I reckon. Well, your cooking for us while Granny was away was a real lifesaver. But now she's back, her nose is plumb out of joint.
Nose?
Yeah, out of joint. She's sulking because you're in her kitchen.
Kitchen? Grande, bellissimo.
Yes, ma'am. Well, anyway, what I want to say is, I'm awful sorry, but I'm going to have to let you go. Well, I'll see to it you get a check for a month's salary.
Salary. See, salary. You like, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, then.
Miss Maria, ma'am, I'm just going to have to come out and say this blunt. You're fired.
Fire. See. Hot cook, good salary. Huh?
I'm afraid what we got here is a failure to communicate. I'll have my nephew talk to you. He claims to speak Italian.
Arrivederci.
Jethro.
How'd you do, Paul?
Outside of getting some celery to cooking, I done real poor. I'm going to have Jethro to tell her to leave in Italian.
Well, Jethro won't tell her to leave. He says he's going to marry her.
Are you serious about that?
He sure is. Well, he told Maria he was Italian himself. Said he was from a place called Rome, and he'd prove it to her.
Hail, Miss Jane. As they say in Rome, Ave.
I believe that's Ave, Jethro. What is this all about? Foolishly inquired.
You see, I'm head over heels, desperate, mad in love with our new Italian cook, Signor Maria. That's why I got this here Roman outfit. See, over in Italy, Rome is the big town. And this here is what the big shots in the big town wears.
Jethro, you have the most erroneous, anachronistic sense of history I have ever encountered.
Thank you. Doggone. Sure wish Signor Maria thought as high of me as you do.
This uniform should make quite an impression.
Yeah. She'll really go for me in this. It's what the emperor himself wears.
Caesar?
Not yet, but figured to hold hands with her tonight.
Well, will you please come in and bring your book?
Hail, Mr. Drysdale.
Hail, Jethro. Hail? What's going on? What's this get-up for?
So I can make a hit with that beautiful Italian cook.
She'll see him as the noblest Roman of them all.
Caesar?
Not yet, but he plans to hold hands with her tonight.
When will I learn to stay in my own office and keep the door closed? Oh, by the way, Jethro, how is Granny taking this? Having another cook in her kitchen.
I don't know. She ain't come out of her room since she got home.
Granny? Granny, you in there? What in the Sam Hill? What do you think you're doing?
Do I hear a voice? Is that the angel Gabriel calling me?
Granny, get up from there.
I'm ready, Gabriel. I've lived out my usefulness here on this earth. My family don't need me no more.
This is just a lot of nonsense.
I left home on an errand of mercy. And when I come back, the door was locked again me. My son-in-law, Jed, had brung home a wild young wench to take my place.
Granny.
Yes, Gabriel?
I'm Jed. Now, you get up from there and take off that dress.
No, no. You ain't gonna give this to your girlfriend. It's my funeral dress. And it was my mama's funeral dress.
Her mama's?
She fell in the swamp and never got to use it.
Well, you ain't going to use it either. Now, change into something else and come on down to the kitchen.
No, Jed, no. Don't force me to watch the scandalous goings-on betwixt you and that woman.
You ain't going to watch no goings-on.
Thank you. At least I won't have to carry that disgraceful picture to my grave. I'm ready, Gabriel. Jed, do the decent thing. Send Ellie Mae and Jethro out of the house. Don't debauch the young.
Hey, Jethro, what you got there?
This here's my Italian outfit. I'm gonna wear it tonight when I step out with Signor Maria.
Hey, listen, Jethro. Could you cheer Granny up? Me and Paul ain't had no luck at all.
Heck yeah! I'm so full of the joy of love, I could cheer up a statue.
That's better. That white powder covers the rosy glow of youth. This'll have them bawling their eyes out.
Granny, can I come in? Oh, hi, Granny. Taking a nap, huh? Hey, you fell asleep with a flower in your hand. I put it in water for you.
Don't bother. It's just like me. old and wilted and ready to die.
Yeah, reckon you're right. Hey, you got flour all over your face. You been messing around the kitchen again? No need to do that. We got us a real cook now. Yeah. That's better. You're just looking like a corpse.
I am a corpse. The flame of life is burned low. It'll go out any minute now.
Oh, you reckon that'll be before lunch?
What?
I want to tell Maria how many places to set.
You miserable lunkhead. You got a heart like a vulture. Get out of
We film a plate again? Boy, you sure are the greatest cook in the whole world. How soon we getting married?
Non capisco.
Oh, is that all gone? Well, give me the rest of that there, and directly as I'm done eating, let's elope.
Elope?
Well, got to say it in Italian. You and me, I get a hitch.
Non so di che cosa sto parlando, ma vorrei che si spregassi a mangiare così posso pulire subito la cucina.
Sure hope that means yes.
Jethro, still waiting to have that talk.
Right after lunch, Uncle Jeb.
That's your 5th lunch. How many are you going to eat?
Well, probably not more than 6. She's getting to the bottom of the pot. Done running clean out of Capisco.
Mi scusi, voglio portare i rimanenti agli animali.
Same to you, I'm sure. How's our chance to talk? Jethro, there ain't no kitchen in the world big enough to hold 2 cooks. One of them's got to go, you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, I don't like to hurt nobody's feelings, and Granny has been with us a lot of years, right?
Right.
She's old now, and she feels she's outlived her usefulness.
Yeah, no. She told me so.
So when it comes to choosing between Granny and Maria, there's only one choice we can make.
Paul! Paul! Granny says she don't want to live no more. Says please end her suffering. Says just cart her off in a wheelbarrow and dump her in a hole.
Well, boy, I guess that tells better than I can how desperate things is. You know what you got to do.
Yes, sir. I'll get right at it. What do you do? Carting her out to the hole.
Put that wheelbarrow down.
Okay. You take her the rest of the way. I dug a hole under the big elm tree.
Help me to my feet, Jed. I'm gonna skin that boy alive.
Don't get mad at me, Granny. It was Uncle Jed told me to do it.
Help me to my feet, Ellie. I'm gonna load my shotgun with rock salt and take the hide off both of them.
Let's go, boy. What we got here is another failure to communicate.
And now a memo to all employees. Subject, Christmas bonus. It makes me very happy to announce that this year's Christmas bonus will be the same as last year's.
There was no Christmas bonus last year.
And it'll be the same this year, which makes me very happy.
Excuse me, Mr. Drysdale, but ain't you president of this here bank?
That's right, Jethro.
And ain't I heard you say that's just like being captain of a ship?
Exactly.
Good. Then I'm going to go fetch Maria over and you can marry us.
What did he say?
Sounded like something...
Oh, Miss Jane, would you please be my best man or bridesmaid or whatever it is and give me away?
Jethro,
I'd ask my Uncle Jed, except he's still up in the tree.
Jethro? Your Uncle Jed is up in a tree?
If somebody was chasing you with a shotgun, you'd climb a tree, too.
Somebody's after Mr. Clampett with a shotgun?
Oh, don't worry. Everything will quiet down after Granny's funeral.
Granny's funeral?
Oh, it ain't gonna be nothing fancy. She just wants to get throwed in a hole in the backyard. I already got it dug.
Yeah.
Oh, please, Mr. Drysdale, I gotta go rescue my bride. As quick as Granny blasts Uncle Jed down out of the tree, she's going gunning for Maria.
Why?
Because Maria done took over the kitchen. The whole house is in uproar. If I don't get her out, there's gonna be rock salt bouncing off every wall. Oh, wish me a happy wedding.
Well, Miss Hathaway, you certainly opened Pandora's box when you hired that Italian cook.
Jethro hired her.
Now, don't try to weasel out of it. You get over to that employment agency and pick up her papers. I want her deported to Italy immediately.
Oh, Chief.
And while you're at the agency, you fill out an application.
I'm fired?
Certainly not. after the agency, you go to the Clampetts. Straighten everything out, make everyone happy, and then you're fired.
All clear. I sure do appreciate your stopping under that tree, Miss Jane.
Glad to be of help.
Excuse me if I take cover. Granny might have me in her sights, and that rock salt smart's considerable. Where's the fastest temper in the West?
Upstairs in her room.
Good. Now fetch Maria, because Miss Jane thinks she can make peace betwixt them.
Oh, yes, sir, Paul. Maria's in the kitchen with Jethro.
This here's the suit my Uncle Jed got married in. Now it's gonna be my bridal outfit. Got the truck parked out back. We's gonna hop on that rascal, stop at the bank, get married, and then hightail it for Niagara Falls.
No capisco.
You can cook that later.
Jethro. Excuse me. Miss Jane wants to talk to Maria.
I'll tell her in Italian. Hey, Bambino, you talk Miss Jane, a chop.
Non capisco.
We'll eat later. By and by.
It sure would be nice for Granny if she'd let Miss Maria help her.
Oh, and nice for Maria, too. Unless she's employed, she'll have to go back to Italy.
Sure enough?
Yes, they told me at the agency that her family's in rather dire need. These postcards and letters are from her parents in Venice.
Oh, I'll see if she gets them. I hope it ain't bad news.
Oh, here she comes.
Good luck.
Ah, buongiorno, Maria. Mi chiamo Jane Hathaway.
Parla italiano.
Oh, solo un po'. Ne parleremo a Granny, le non del temperamento terribile, huh?
Sure hope Miss Maria gets to stay.
Well, there's one thing certain. We can't let her go home to Venice. Not right now.
Why, how come?
Well, look at that. They're having one of the worst floods I ever seen.
Gee whiz, Paul. Water's plumb up to the window.
Can't even see the front porches. That rain must have been a real gully water.
Hope she don't have to go home.
Poor girl could drown just crossing the street.
Granny has agreed to see you. Granny, accetta di vederla.
Bene.
Now, you must be pleasant and agreeable. Sia gentile e accondescente. Capito?
Si?
That is the key word. Si. In English se dice yes.
Yes.
Yes, bene. Yes to everything, huh? Granny, I should like to present Signorina Maria.
Sit down. Not you. I want to see her alone.
But Granny, in all fairness,
I'll be fair. Now, you just wait outside.
Si ricorde, è con the ship.
Never mind that foreign talk. Skedaddle. So, you're the little hussy that would like to take over my kitchen and get rid of me.
Yes.
Brazen little package, ain't you?
Yes.
And I'll bet that you've got eyes for my rich son-in-law, Jed.
Yes.
You admit it?
Yes.
Well, this is gonna be a real interesting talk.
Hey, where's Maria?
Well, upstairs with Miss Jane.
What are you doing in my Sunday go-to-meeting duds?
Fixing to get married to Maria? I figure the wedding will take place about 2:30. Y'all are invited. Except you gotta get into some decent clothes.
You ain't about to marry Maria. Now get upstairs and get out of my good suit.
You mean you ain't gonna let me wear your bridal outfit?
Oh, I ain't. Now go do as I tell you.
But gee whiz, Uncle Jim.
Hop to it, and the next time you want to borrow something from me, you ask me first.
But gosh.
Scat. Way overdue having a long talk with that boy.
Well, why you keep putting it off, Paul?
I reckon it's because the short ones are so distressing.
Miss Jane? Miss Jane, have you seen Maria?
She's in there with Granny.
You reckon she's asking for my hand in marriage?
I rather doubt it.
Miss Jane, would you do me a big favor?
Certainly.
Would you go into my room and pick out my best-looking tie for me?
Oh, well...
Please?
Oh, well. Very well.
So, now it comes out. Jed Clampett has asked you to marry up with him.
Yes?
Didn't want me wearing your marrying clothes. He was fixing to wear them to your own wedding. What? Don't play innocent with me. I know what you've been up to, but it ain't gonna be that easy. You's gonna have to fight me for Maria.
Maria?
We's gonna settle this Roman style. I'm taking you to the Coliseum and gladiate you.
Well, what in the world are you...
Lucky for you, they got a Coliseum right here in Los Angeles. Otherwise, I'd have to tie you on behind my chariot and drag you plumb to Rome.
You figure out what he's talking about?
No, sir, Paul.
Well, that's comforting. At least there's two of us.
You'll find out what I'm talking about when I throws that net over you and drags you down. And then I stands over you and puts my foot on your chest and holds my pitchfork at the ready. And I looks up at the royal box. And there sits Governor Reagan or Mayor Jordan. And if they gives you this, well, then I spares you. But if they gives you that, then I gots to give you.
Jethro, where do you think you're going?
I'm going to get us some gladiating outfits. And quick as the lions is done eating the hippies, you and me is going at it.
Well, we finally had a long talk, except the wrong one was listening.
Is Jethro here?
No, ma'am. He just left.
He forgot his tie.
That ain't all he forgot.
Hi, Alec. How do I look?
Well, you look like a big dumb nut.
Oh, yeah? Well, you won't think so when you come to the Coliseum. And I go to gladiating Uncle Jed up one wall and down the other.
Huh, that's what you think. Paul's gonna whoop you good.
You reckon he could?
Heck yeah.
Listen, Ellie, come around the back and let me practice netting and gigging you, huh?
Okay.
Outside.
Granny? What are you fixing to do?
I told this little gold-digging vamp that I'd give her a 50-foot running start down the driveway. Then I'm gonna come in salting her flank.
You ain't gonna do no such a thing.
Jed, come to your senses before this Jezebel makes even a bigger fool out of you.
Maria ain't no Jezebel. She's a fine, sweet, hard-working...
Now it's too late to protect her. She's done confessed.
To what?
You name it. She's confessed to it.
Granny, the girl don't know that much English.
She don't, huh? Watch this. Maria, are you after this old rooster for his money?
Yes?
You want to hear some real juicy stuff?
She don't even know what you said. She's from Italy, a place called Venice.
Well, let her go back to Venice.
She can't go back. The whole town is flooded.
Did she give you that story?
She don't even know it yet. These just come from her folks back in Italy.
Oh, Jed. This is worse than the Bug Tussle flood in '37.
I see a town so hard hit by rain.
Must have been a real trash mover.
Jane says her folks is hard up. Likely can't even afford a boat.
Oh.
Granny, Maria'd be a big help to you out in the kitchen.
I don't need no help.
True. But standing over that hot stove all day has aged you beyond your years.
Think so?
Oh, allora Maria, como è andata?
Bene, penso.
Good news, Miss Jane. Granny has agreed to let Maria help her in the kitchen for a spell.
Well, it's for her own sake. If she's gonna make a living cooking, she's got to learn American dishes. Like Grits and fatback and possum and collard greens. Well, your everyday average American meal.
You tasted her Italian cooking, Granny?
Only cold. Last night
I thought you was looking mighty well fed for a corpse.
Well, I admit it. Last night I snuck down, snooped, snacked, and snuck back.
First I throws a net over you and drags you down. And then I puts my foot on you and looks up to the royal box to see if he gets this or this. Ready?
Ready.
Oh.
How about it, Bessie?
Hey, now wait a minute, Ellie. Hey, let's try it again. This time you take the net and I'll take the sword.
Okay.
That smells good. What you cooking, Maria?
Non capisco.
You ask her, Miss Jean.
Che cosa cucina, Maria?
Oh, possum pizzaiolo, fatback cacciatore, collard greens, parmesan.
I'll go fetch the young'un. Oh, Ellie Mae, victuals is almost ready. Where's Jethro?
Oh, he's yonder.
Uncle Jed, could we please call off our gladiating?
Fine with me, boy. Come on in and have some fatback cacciatore.
Granny, just wait till you see how pretty Cousin Bessie looks. It'll cheer you right up. Come on, Skip. Fetch in Cousin Bessie. Oh, Granny, ain't Cousin Bessie cute?
Stop calling that monkey cousin.
Well, she's Skipper's cousin.
Get him out of here.
Well, Granny, I thought you was lonesome for company.
Not that kind of company. Get him out of here.
All right, yes, ma'am. Come on, cousin.
Granny, I got something I want to show you. You know how you're always talking about how lonely you are and nobody ever comes to visit you here in Beverly Hills?
That's right.
Well, them movie stars got the same trouble.
No. Movie stars?
Them poor souls are so lonely for visitors that they have got maps made up showing how to get to their home.
I'll be switched. Where'd you get this?
Well, they got their young'uns down along Sunset Boulevard, waving them and yelling at the cars.
They must be plumb desperate.
Look there. Cary Grant. There's Doris Day.
Bless their poor lonesome souls. I know just how they feel.
This goes to show you, Granny. By the time you get to feeling sorry for yourself, along comes somebody that's worse off than you.
Ain't it the truth? Jed, I've been wanting to have a quilting bee and a molasses stir-off. Suppose I invite some of them poor, lonesome movie star ladies.
That's a dandy idea, Granny. Let's see who they got here. Joanne Crawford? Marlene Dietrich? Rita Garbo?
Can't you find any famous ones?
Yeah, here's one. Here's the biggest. America's sweetheart, Mary Pickford. Now, you wouldn't want to have molasses stir-off without little Mary, would you?
That's a fact. I'll have Jethro cut her an extra long sop stick so she won't get her curls in the hot sorghum.
Say, Granny, they got a lot of fellas on here. Why not have a barn dance and invite them, too?
That's a good idea. Is there enough fellers to pair off for a square dance?
Well, let's see. There's Danny Kaye, Ray Bolger, Bing Crosby, Fred Astaire. Might even be a tolerable dancer in the bunch.
I hope so. I've just been itching to have a good old-fashioned window-rattling hoedown.
Me too.
Sid, come on. Let's commence calling on them poor, lonesome movie stars and invite them to our dance.
Well, you and Jethro are going to have to do that, Granny. I'm waiting for Miss Drysdale to come over and see me.
What about?
Well, she wants me to put some money in a new business she's starting, something called Beverly Hills Ballet Company.
What's a ballet company?
Company makes ballets, I reckon, whatever they are.
Invite her to our dance.
I will.
Up we go, down we go, and we go. Up we go, down we go.
cher. Oh, maestro, the Beverly Hills Ballet Company is going to be without peer.
At the moment, it is without money. We need more dancers, more costumes, musicians, a theater, everything.
Yes, I know. I've set my goal at $200,000.
And you are nearing this goal?
I need only one more donation.
Do you hear that, my children? One more. Run, leap, jump, work, dance.
But, maestro, I haven't finished. That one donation must be for $190,000.
Save it. Rest.
However, there is a man, Mr. J.D. Clampett, who could pledge that amount and never miss it.
Well, what are we waiting for? Run, leap, jump, work. No, not you, not you. Her. Go see this gentleman.
Gentleman? He's a crude, crass lout of a hillbilly. He's never even seen a ballet.
Well, we're even. I have never seen $190,000.
Oh, greetings, maestro. And a happy Arabesque to you, mes enfants. Mrs. Drysdale, your husband grows impatient for lunch, and we have to make a stop at the Clampetts first.
Oh, dear, I dread this ordeal. Au revoir, maestro.
Madame.
Au revoir, live spirits.
Back so soon, Granny?
Hey, Paul's got some dead and you called for the squire dime.
You run into trouble?
How many movie stars did you see?
I didn't see none.
Well, how come? Didn't Jethro take you around all the homes?
Oh, yeah. Must have been to a dozen of them. With love in my heart and a smile on my face. And what do you think I got for my trouble? I got door slam, butler sassed, and dog bit.
Dog bit?
Yeah, dog bit.
Come on, Margaret.
Milburn, I can't do it. You asked them to pledge the money. Or Miss Hathaway.
No, sir. For 2 years, you've done nothing but mean-mouth the Clampetts. Now that you want their money, you can jolly well sweet-mouth them.
But the money is not for me. It's to bring the ballet to Beverly Hills.
Well, I don't care if it's to bring the Beatles to Bel Air.
What tarnation is going on?
Stand clear down there.
Granny, what are you doing?
I'm moving back home, that's what I'm doing. Have Jethro commence loading up my stuff. The quicker I get out of Beverly Hills, the better.
What's going on, Pop?
Here, Granny's moving out again. You get this stuff picked up, I'll go talk to her.
That's it, Bessie. You help me.
Please come with me, Milburn.
No, Margaret. This is something you must do. And do it fast. I'm late for lunch.
Chief, if I may interpose a word of reason,
You may wait in the car, Cicero. Now, you'll find out for yourselves that the Clampetts are not what you accuse them of being, but kind, gentle, generous people.
Well, howdy there, Miss Drysdale. Come right in. Would you like to meet Cousin Bessie?
Yes, indeed. Any member of your family is a friend of mine.
Here she is.
Oh, what a charming little cousin.
You like her?
She's adorable.
You're that Bessie? Give Miss Drysdale a kiss.
No.
Oh, she don't mind.
Thank you. Where's your father?
Oh, he's in the zoo.
Not her father, yours.
Oh, he's upstairs in Granny's room. Go right on up.
Mr. Clampett, Granny, may I speak to you about the ballet?
How would you like to have the door slammed in your face? Chased off the property? How would you like to have the dog sicked on you?
Margaret, I'm late for lunch. Where are you going?
Shall I follow you?
No, the food's better downtown.
Paul, if Granny's come and get the rest of her things, you ain't gonna let her go back home, are you?
Don't worry about it, Ellie. I had Jethro hide the truck. If Granny's coming, you better hide Cousin Bessie.
Thought you could stop me by hiding the truck, huh? Well, it didn't work. I'm moving back home in the wheelbarrow.
That's a far piece from Beverly Hills, Granny.
Ain't far enough to suit me. Who told you you could lay on my bed?
Same fella told you you could take my wheelbarrow.
Oh. Out of this place. Getting out of here right now. Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills. Movie stars. Invited them to my molasses stirrup. Beverly Hills. Who showed up? What kind of people are there here? Place is full of smog. Can't get out of here soon enough to suit me. Been here too long as it is. That's what I'll do. Kick me out of the...
All is not lost. Contrary to what Mrs. Drysdale has told you, Mr. Clampett is a man of vision and intelligence. Once he has been exposed to the beauty of the ballet, he will gladly pledge the money. Do you think so? I am positive. Take some of your dancers, speed to his mansion, and reveal to him the poetry of motion that is ballet.
Yes, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do.
This wheelbarrow holds more than the truck. Have I forgot anything? Oh, yeah. What now? That's the first one of them that ever grabbed me back. That little varmint grabbed all of my stuff under the bed.
Good, my children. You must be as supple as gazelles.
Now, Granny, don't judge a whole town by a few butlers. Place the size of Beverly Hills is bound to have some nice folks.
If they is, I ain't met 'em.
Now, Granny, you're going home to a lot of ice and snow. Just come over here and look at our flowers and green grass and nice leafy trees.
What's wrong, Paul?
Just when I'm trying to sell Granny on Beverly Hills, some darn fool neighbor commences running around in his underwear. It's worse than I thought. Now he's chasing a girl, and she ain't got no clothes on neither.
What happened?
He caught her.
I shall try another door. Keep supple, my gazelles. Dance.
Now he's after two of them. Run, girls, I'll hold him while she get away.
Maestro!
Well, leastwise, I scared him off. Now, quick, get into your clothes.
These are all the clothes we have. We're ballerinas.
Both of you?
Yes. She's Margot and I'm Diane.
Pa, Granny's got a wheelbarrow loaded and fixing to leave.
All right, Ellie. Take care of these girls. Get them some clothes. They's the ballerina sisters.
Get down from there, you hairy little hitchhiker.
Now, Granny, listen to reason. You can't get this load out of the house, much less over the Rocky Mountains.
We'll see about that.
I declare you are the muliest little woman.
Pa, come quick.
Now, you stay here. I got more trouble than I know how to handle.
I ain't staying anywhere. And you're gonna have push when we get to the Rockies.
Hey, where's the girl? What are you doing in
His underwear's come back.
Uh-oh. Oh, good. You caught the rascal. I want to thank you for pitching in and helping. I'm Jed Clampett.
You are Mr. Clampett. Do you hear that, my children?
Oh, are all three of these young'uns yours?
Yes. I will have them dance for you, and then perhaps you will give us the money we so desperately need. Come, come, children. Dance, dance.
Oh, no, they don't have to dance. I'll be glad to help you. Just keep it kind of quiet and step over here out of sight. I don't want Granny to see the way they dress. Or undressed.
So you're the one that's holding me back. Let go, you grabby little goober. You're riding free as it is.
Yeah, I can see where you need money to buy clothes and all. How much you think it'll take?
$190,000.
$190,000? For these three young'uns?
Oh, no. I hope to have 50.
50? You spoke to your wife about this?
Of course.
Well, hoping and having is two different things. Here's $35 or $40. You're welcome to it.
But this is nothing. We must have beautiful clothes made. We must have an orchestra to play for us. We must have our own theater.
Mister, I can see there's something you ain't learned yet. You gotta crawl before you can walk.
Wow! Granny's trying to come down them stairs with that wheelbarrow full of...
You all right, Granny?
Of course I'm all right. Well, don't stand there. Help me load up. I aim to make the state line by dark. You shut up.
$35. It is an insult. I should throw it in his face.
Where to, Mac?
The nearest drive-in. We're starving.
No wonder that feller is out begging.
Who, Paul?
That Mr. Ballerina. His young'uns ain't got clothes on their backs, and he's spending his money on taxi cabs.
Mr. Clampett. Mr. Clampett.
Oh, howdy, Miss Drysdale. I've been expecting you since morning.
I came earlier, but Granny drove me away.
I'm sorry about that. She's been madder than a stepped-on cat all day. Now, let's see. You've been wanting me to give you some money for your ballet company.
Oh, Mr. Clampett, would you help us?
Why, you bet I would. Oh, by the way, what is a ballet?
It's the most beautiful form of the dance.
Dance, huh?
It's something Beverly Hills has needed for a long time.
I couldn't agree with you more. You fixing to have one?
If you'll give me the money.
You got it. This ballet might be just a ticket to keep Granny from moving out. She's pretty as fond of dancing as she is of scrapping.
I'll go home and get a pledge.
Pledge?
Yes, everyone who participates is required to sign a pledge.
Well, sounds like a good idea. I always did say, dancing and drinking don't mix.
Granny, please don't go. Paul, don't let Granny go.
Well, I don't blame her, Ellie. If I was Granny, I wouldn't want to get showed up myself.
Showed up by who? Doing what?
Miss Drysdale, dancing.
That woman ain't never seen a day she could outdance me.
This is a step you don't know, Granny. It's something called ballet. I got to brush up on it myself.
I couldn't ballet better than that. I'd give up.
Oh, you know the dance.
I was balleting long before you or Miss Drysdale was ever born.
Come in.
Mr. Clampett, I must speak to you about the ballet.
I gotta talk to you first.
Oh, what about, Granny?
About the best road to take over the Rockies with a wheelbarrow.
Best road to... Oh.
Never mind that. Where does a person learn ballet dancing?
At a ballet studio.
Let's go.
Oh, but Granny...
Don't argue with me. Get in this thing and drive.
But Miss Hathaway, this is madness.
But listen, Maestro, she holds the key to the future of the Beverly Hills Ballet Company.
We're ready, Maestro.
All right, my children. Very pretty now. Entree.
Courage, Maestro.
Maestro, victory is ours. I have Mr. Clampetts' pledge. Dance. Leap with joy, children. Vive la culture. Beverly Hills will have a ballet second to none. Really?
How do you like this valley in Miss Drysdale? Let's go, Roy!
Ngọt sớt đấy. Ô, ý cứ biết. Chuẩn bị đắc cả đôi thằng này. Đắc level 1. Khỏe chưa? Đấy, hôm qua nhìn thấy có việc dễ không? Chịu ấy. Đánh chinh phục ra như cứt. Bà bác sĩ vợ sĩ đồng sắt các thứ. Cọc ấn chinh phục tốt. Rồi, được chơi rồi. 87 máu, 13 máu cho hai đồ hoàn chỉnh, cực ngon. 1 triệu, ui, vãi cực 1 triệu máu. Go back. Can win Buddy. Claim. Lấy thằng SU. Cờ nai. Combine này. Mở trứng này đi. H3. No, H1. Bomb. Come on, Bunny ở chấm Buddy. Một chuyến vào tốt. Một cái dao điện. Đầu tanh chưa đi. Con này phải lấy đầu tanh rồi. H1, let's go. Bomb. Hay có mon ạ. PS, equip PS. Yes sir, ghép bunny với đắc vào á. Đắc tree mà. Succeed. Equip PS. Yes sir, chính là 3 chục bé đó. Halloween. Enter if you dare. Ok. Leaving so soon. Rồi chưa? Click. Ok. Click. Ok. Wow. Nhớ cái này về không? Ai Chà chà chà. Cái này đi chắc ngon hơn đấy. Ba nổi loạn tốt. Cực trâu nha, ba nổi loạn cực trâu nha. Đánh mãi chết con này vậy. Claim. Vẫn là come on à. Clear. Claim cái này nữa này, mua đồ luôn này, phải cực. cộng 10 thế là pha con gì mà lâu vậy. Ui, wow.